I have no clue what's going on.
You have no clue what's going on? Welcome to Nycos. That's the same case. That's the same state. Everybody can say that all the time.
No, I'm Glim.
Anyway, Nycos D&D, Fellstone Chronicles, tonight's episode, A Nest of Trouble.
I don't like the sound of this.
I love the sound of that.
Of course you do.
Before we get to our story so far, please have my characters introduce themselves. I'll start to my right. Character name, class, race, and...
What color would you be if you weren't your current?
No, if you... what do you consider to be the most likely vacation spot on Nycos, from what you know as a player? It doesn't have to be what you know as a character.
Well, my name's Travis Hancock. I play Valair, the Dragonborn. And the most likely spot on Nycos for a vacation, you say? Does it have to exist now?
Any time frame.
Oh.
Well, John, you know the answer to that. It's Nixieland!
He wants to go to Dixieland, alright.
Alright, so I am Scott Crandall, I play Xavier, the highly inquisitive and somewhat high-strung Paladin Rogue. And for me...
He's high strung.
Oh, you have no idea, but...
I have no idea.
Of course he is. Really high in the rigging.
I have two ideas.
For me, the most likely vacation spot, this is probably going to sound morbid, would probably be the Mirror Vale.
Mirror Vale. Alrighty.
Why?
Yeah, because he has not experienced Mirror Vale. Of course, you haven't experienced Nixieland either. But
Wait, okay.
I made sure of that.
Twice.
It will literally just the air alone, the fact that you need that speckle, what was it? There's a speckle concoction, you need to breathe the air in this place, and that alone...
Amaranth elixir.
The amaranth elixir, it's like crack and well, I don't do drugs, but...
So it's like something that rhymes
The chemical-
with labyrinth, like...
Yeah.
Yeah.
No, it's, the amaranth elixir basically allows you to be able to breathe the air. The trade-off is that you gain, I think it's 6 points in strength, but you lose 6 points in wisdom.
You get really...
Suggestible.
Yeah.
So, in other words, he wants to completely get disconnected from reality, is what he's saying. His idea of vacation.
In Nixieland, everything was both real and fake at the same time.
Ah. Certain friends.
Yeah. Okay.
I'm Matt. I play Glim Ashhearth, the gnome wizard. My ideal vacation? Back where you guys found me, the Rutabaga Festival. I was on vacation.
I thought that was your home.
No,
Didn't you give us a different last name last time?
I'm still on vacation, actually. This is part of the festival, right?
Yeah. See, they chased you because you were Nassau, and now we're chasing all the Nassau.
Because they're you.
Yeah. We must find you and devour you.
As far as the name Ashhearth, his name's been Ashhearth. He just pronounced it different.
Oh.
It was Ashhearth, and then now it's Ashhearth. Tomato, tomato.
Ass Earth.
No.
Well, my middle name is Timbers.
Shiver.
Yes. No, Crypathia is not good for Glim. He's a little small.
Alrighty, so our story so far, we were just concluding the elimination in all definitions of the laboratory of Quantivus Springs.
Yes.
And he...
Liberating what few dragons you could and obliterating any evidence that the science projects had ever been done, fundamentally.
I don't know what you're talking about.
Exactly.
So, we are...
And we are currently inbound to on the Grimholt line towards the marked area for the Fellstone.
Gotcha. All right. So
Yes.
we're headed.
We are just climbing up the mountain range. We just passed a feral attack on a dwarven airship, and we've gone past the first range of the mountains and seen the more Pongit of the Secgens homesteads attached to the faces of the mountains. I don't remember if you said they were bored in or if they were more or less just constructed
No,
around.
it's a superstructure. They built bamboo poles and such on the outside.
Yeah, exactly.
Living safely above the ground level in basically sort of nest-like structures on the side of the mountain.
Okay, you didn't say they were Pongid.
There's a higher concentration of them. Yes.
It was more of the simian races.
But you were ashamed of them, remember?
Yes. Because they are so low class and barbaric compared to your regal stature.
Well, and in particular, they were slaying dwarves in the name of this weird.
Tongue eater. Baboon.
Yeah.
He's not very nice.
No. So, were we going to engage with them, or were we going to?
No, we are not engaging with them. I thought we discussed this. And
We flew neutral colors, if I remember correctly.
no, I thought we threw his colors because we wanted.
To avoid them.
Yeah, we
It doesn't
wanted.
matter what colors we flew, we're flying out of here.
We're
Yeah.
not dealing with them,
We
right?
are not dealing with them.
It's a whole bucket of nope.
Naga.
You mean, in other words, that would have been a barrel of monkeys you didn't want to engage with? Is that what I'm hearing you say?
A little long, but yes.
I had to make sure it was properly set up and positioned before I dropped that barrel. Anyway, yes, exactly. So we are therefore headed further into the mountainous region.
In that 6 white areas.
Okay, so as you approach those are actually above, not only above the tree level, which the ones with the white caps were already above, but the ones that are white are actually, the air is becoming rarefied. You literally won't be able to pass over the tops of them.
Well,
There's the gap.
Well, no, I was just trying to say that, yeah, we were going through the gap and we were hooking around because the spot we needed was the orange hex, right? No. Keep going. No, other side, but you're close. Right there.
Yeah.
That's where we needed to be.
Right.
So we had to...
We're making a hook
Yep.
through the pass.
Well, the good news is we're
Where there's
already...
no ambush.
There is no ambush.
Yeah.
Well,
Just making
Yeah.
non-ambush
Clearly, I hear the hope. I hear the hope in your voice.
I don't know what hope is. I speak the truth, and thus it is.
There is no ambush because, of course, there's not.
There is no ambush.
There may be an ambush.
Illusion.
Was there an ambush? I don't know if there was an ambush, but now there isn't.
I cast Minor Illusion on the bottom of the ship to make it look like the sky.
Would you like a fry?
Some of the
Right.
time, exactly. You guys cut that off now. I mean it. Anybody want a peanut? All right. So
Anybody want a peanut?
No one can do his voice.
no, he's an amazing individual.
Yep.
Sweetheart of a fellow. Got to meet him twice.
Really?
Yeah, he was actually, after Princess Bride, he did the games, the role-play games circuit for a while. Meeting and greeting and stuff, so I got to met him at Dragon Con. It was really funny because they had him and Carrie Elwes and Mandy Patinkin all sitting together. And those three people apparently loved being together because the three of them wouldn't stop cracking jokes across the way. So.
We're talking about Andre the Giant for all the young people who may not know what we're talking about.
Yes, in a film that was made a really long time ago now. I can't believe that thing's over 25 years old.
You may have heard it referenced in Deadpool 2. Once Upon a Deadpool.
Which we're not funded for saying the name of.
We pardon the people who are being murdered outside.
We have nothing to do with that games group. This group is already slated for death later this year. No, I'm just kidding. All right.
He's kidding about the time. It's tonight.
Let's find out.
Let's find out.
Through the pass we go.
All right. So as you are passing through this mountain pass, in particular, mountains to the left and the right of the pass have been carved. So somebody was working up above where literally you wouldn't be able to breathe to do the structure work. But to one side is very clearly a dwarven figure facing northeast and northwest, and a elvish figure facing southeast. And the northwest one,
Which is north? Which is north?
this is
north.
north,
So northeast
So,
would
dwarf
be
facing this way.
northwest, northwest diagonal. Yep, up the mountain range.
And the elves facing the opposite.
Right. Facing
Are
each
they
other.
looking at each other?
They are.
I'm gonna do a history.
Are they equal in height?
No.
I think this is a long lost tale of star-crossed lovers. I can see the love in their eyes.
the statue, the carving of the elvish figure is with the bow drawn, so it's actually quite a ways for the
Cupid's
back.
arrow.
I'm gonna do a history check on these carvings to see if I can figure out what they might mean.
Sure.
And that is 23.
It's a carving that occurred sometime before 250 or 1200 years ago.
No, it actually got bigger. It was 126 before.
It's exactly
1500. So it's 300 years less.
no. It dated before 127. This is, by the way, 127. It's been an anniversary, so it's 127.
We didn't even celebrate.
We should go back to the Rubik Festival.
Exactly.
It'll be coming around again.
It's coming around again, boys.
Just on the other side of this mountain pass.
You don't really know where that was.
The dwarf
so-
figure
Fell.
is dressed basically what looks like in a leopard jumpsuit, if you will, with one shoulder along the lines of like a caveman kind of an outfit,
Okay.
and has its dwarvish hair pulled up in a top knot, a bone through it, and a bone through his nose. But in his hands is a far more modernistic looking axe than the imagery would suggest. The rest of him looks caveman, but the axe has all kinds of runes on it of a dwarvish nature.
I think he needs to ask her a question.
Well, they're both hymns. Both male
He's an
figures.
elf. How can you tell?
Adam's apple? I don't know. Wouldn't be Adam's apple. Eladrin's apple? I don't know.
Okay, so I started screaming nonsense and primal. So
Okay.
to them it's just screaming, but I'm saying clearly this is some grim propaganda.
Seems safe to me. Let's fly on through as if nothing were ever going to be wrong ever.
Where'd Wraith go?
He does that.
Yes,
He dissolves into shadow at a very whim. He should teach us how to do that.
Well, he's practicing his hide in shadows.
I can hide in shadows better than he can.
Really? Because he's not here.
Literally, he doesn't exist.
All right, so there is evidence that that the pass through which you are crossing has been used for a footpath for a long time, but not recently. In other words, the path itself has been paved, at least for some distance on either side, with individual stones, but and they're rather monstrous in size. But the grasses and stuff are growing up between them, so it shows that it's in disrepair.
Okay, so, but there are some small amount of foot traffic that we can still see.
There are no people.
traffic.
There are no people crossing it at this point.
What shape are the stones?
Great question.
Yeah.
Since they are relatively monstrous, they are actually square. They're
Oh. Whew.
Not hexagonal.
not
Septagonal.
Not so, yeah.
Oh.
Or hexagon. Depends on where you are.
When you are. Why?
And when you are. That's true. So, Yeah, there doesn't appear to have been any ambush planned for the area. As a matter of fact, it's way too open for been anything other than perhaps an air attack, but there's nothing of that nature in the area.
Chronic. This is probably exactly what they wanted us to think. They're probably waiting in once we get deep into the structure to ambush us with arrows.
Who are they?
I don't know, the people that live here.
This is a very paranoid.
Why
monkey.
would they know we're coming?
You are flying an airship, so you probably see it.
Why would they care?
We leave no
Who's that?
tracks.
Why would they want to die?
They're assuming that there is an ambush, there is probably going to be at least 20 of them against 3 of us.
Well,
Doesn't sound like a fair fight.
You've got a crew of like 16. I think we determined, or 15 now.
No,
Okay.
it's like 6.
4.
I just start looking at the crew. Do any of them look like they could?
They hold their own to protect the boat. Yeah.
Oh yes, they all
Are
look
we
like they could
seeing
take
any
him.
danger?
What do you mean seeing any danger? It's beautifully clear, sunny
Exactly.
afternoon.
Stop worrying, you crazy monkey.
Forgive me. I am a little paranoid after being in a box for however long.
You were in a box?
I don't understand
bag.
a word he's saying.
A box.
Oh God. A bag for probably 20 years or however long I was
The
in there.
statuette form.
Onward.
Oh, in the
crew.
bag and the statue. Yeah, statue. Yeah,
I got it.
I got
That's
it.
what you're referring to.
In a
right?
Yeah,
box.
that's what you're
Yeah.
referring to.
In a
The
box.
monkey statue.
In a grave.
Yeah, exactly. A box. Right,
You
were
were
a bag and
part of
box
a
and a grave.
king's ransom.
Frog on a bump and along.
Yep,
and
he
a hole
was.
in the bottom of his
All right. So as you as you continue on, you hear the sounds of industry before you actually round the next outcropping of rock.
Industry.
Hammers banging on rocks.
Clink.
Sounds of.
Clang.
Does it sound like a chain gang?
It sounds like a work crew, a big work crew.
Are they seeing?
Are they singing soul?
Spiritualistically?
Are they singing soul?
There would more than likely be some. There would be some rhythmic singing, but it would be in Dwarvish. So does anybody understand Dwarvish?
I can maybe, but
No,
no, I'm not gonna understand Dwarvish.
I think you do.
I'm double checking. Of course.
I think that Glim does understand because even if they're not the exact same syllables, at least you recognize the sound of the voices.
Well, I believe they use the same script.
So it's a different dialect of Dwarvish than he's used to.
What, you think all shorties speak the same language?
Nice. All shorties.
I thought you all were the same language.
No.
No. Okay.
Gnomish, Elvish, Primordial.
So
Well, if you mix
But
Elvish
you
and
also
Primordial,
hear howls of pain and rage periodically interspersed among them.
Ooh, I hear the dulcet tones of slave labor.
Oh, I thought it was just you.
No,
Pain and rage.
that was yesterday.
He's feeling much better now.
I'm feeling much better.
Further we get away from Brace's
Hey.
place. And
No, you're not. You'll be dead soon. I feel better.
I want to go for a walk.
you're not fooling anybody.
I feel happy.
I feel
Happy.
Oh, fuck.
Throw him on the way. All right, see you next Tuesday.
Thursday.
Thank you very much.
Righto. So
Be back for me,
onward.
mother.
Anyway, as you come around the bend, so to speak, two things strike
I'm
you.
withdrawing any colors that we may or may not have put forth.
Okay, having the flag stricken. Gotcha. As you round the bend, so to speak, you see a city unlike any that you've seen before. Mainly because most of them are built with
Wood.
local ecology involved. So there's lots of like forests and
Timber
trees
and all
around.
that.
In this case, this is all built literally starting at or above the tree line, and some of the structures are actually in the process of being built. The stonework is all a pasty white gray color. There's no real differentiation to the materials, but it's extremely detailed in terms of the angles and such, so that the buildings each seem to almost tell their own individual stories. So the conglomerate is probably 80 buildings, some of them as high as 10 or 12 stories. In the heights of these, you do see birds in cages. There must be probably 150 to 200 cages at the top of each of the structures. And there is metallic tube-like structures mounted beneath the bird cages. And even further down, you can see this whitish goo-like material coming from those cages being forced into or guided into molds. So,
Delicious.
Hey, Craig's supposed to be over here.
no,
I'm
it's
joking.
yeah, no. And you're right. Craig is over there. This is the same. They're utilizing
It's the same setup.
Yep.
So as we're passing by this, the stage in me is like literally my eyes start to pop at the different buildings. Like I want to know exactly what these people's stories are because
There's a lot to be
Yeah.
learned here. The primary workers that are administering these bird-like structures basically look like hairless apes. And what I mean by that is they literally look like
People.
no. Think
Almost Yeti-ish
yeah,
with no hair.
with no hair except they've got weird horns around their
So
rather
no
monstrous
hair
flappy ears.
whatsoever.
It looks like they've been shorn, like somebody's actually shaved them.
So like a Homo erectus with no hair.
Bigger.
Yeah, more.
Yetis are huge.
Imagine bestial Goliaths. Is
Homo
kind of,
the chunkus.
yeah.
Get out.
when you say ape, like
Feel bad
I'm
for that one. Get out.
trying to see if I could recognize if there is any.
Okay, so there is no relationship to the apes. You know, I mean, you don't see them as apes.
Yeah.
You're
There's clearly a difference.
right. They're for a description of their faces. Their noses are prognathic. They do have a bit of a kind of a muzzle to their faces, but their nose is high in between their eyes, and so they have a long cleft palate that leads down to their mouth structure. When you hear them, their bellowing bray that they make almost sounds like the sound that maybe a mule or something would make. This kind of a noise, and some of the singing you heard was actually them harmonizing with the people that are actually cracking the whips, and the people who are cracking the whips are dwarves.
So the shrieks of pain were.
These bellows, these.
So they're the working slave ones, and the dwarves are cracking the whips.
That is correct.
Okay.
Now, are the
And the bird-like creatures, you really can't make out what they are. You with those, it's almost like you anticipated there being birds in there because you can hear the flapping of the wings and whatever. And once in a while, you see feathers fly out of them. But you're not. The cages are small enough that they basically encapsulate almost the whole bird just inside the cage. So it's not like a songbird's cage where there's a lot of space and birds fly around loose. These birds are kept specifically.
They can't fly.
Right.
I'm like.
They're ugly bastards, ain't they?
Now, on the lower levels of the structures, which are apparently still in, even as they're working on them in the heights, the lower portions of the buildings are obviously involved with commerce and industry because there's people moving around, wagons and such being loaded and everything down in the main area.
What kinds of people?
Mostly dwarves. There are some human, some other species as well.
Others.
No.
I'm joking.
That's a dangerous word.
I know, that's why I added the word species almost immediately after to make sure that we differentiated from. There are a few
Other
eldritch.
species.
So none of these creatures, like the weird bellowing things, they don't look to be sexians.
No, they don't fit. Well, if they are, they're something that would be undefinable because they're kind of goat-like because they have the weird horns, but they're also kind of rabbit-like because they've got the teeth. They're
not like the goat things that what's-his-face was using, right?
Quantus.
they're
His 3 goat assistants.
Yes, they're kind of exactly like those, except he didn't shave them.
I am literally gonna.
I'm gonna check the Fellstone radar.
Okay, it's pointing directly into the center of this mess.
So is there a Fellstone there, or a place to be put in?
Oh no, you're right. You're right. The reader only tells you where there is one, so no, it wouldn't read.
I thought we did establish it would tell us, but okay.
Does anyone know
No,
where?
you tell me. I don't recall.
I don't,
No,
because
the-
I don't
the
know.
detector does not point us where they're supposed to go.
Okay, there we go.
We usually
always
have to
misinterpret.
go there.
You got that information from the.
Destiny will give us a sign. Probably.
No, there was something that gave you. Oh, you had the globes. You used the globes.
Yeah, the globes told us where to get here, but unfortunately, a
Doesn't
globe
tell
this
us.
big is
It's not
very
gonna
hard
tell
to.
Yeah,
What,
exactly.
Any little outcropping is like
We know it's within a
5.
49-mile hex.
exactly. Within 49 miles of here, right?
Intergalactic.
I'm guessing
Fellstones
it's
start to
right
warm up
down
when
there
they
in the
get close?
basement.
Do the Fellstones like warm up or do anything when they get close to their?
They don't.
Okay.
You actually ascertained. The only one where you were clearly told, yeah, this is the right place, was Cathedral. And at Cathedral, one of the party said, "I don't want to put it here. I really don't feel this is a good place." But the group, the people that were there, said, "Oh yeah, we're supposed to put it here." Since then,
That was me.
yeah, that would be you.
So
Then Phoebus told us to put it in the second place.
Yes. And you said, "No, let's not put it here," but you still put it there.
Yep.
So probably someone's going to tell you, "No, this is exactly where you're supposed to put it." In which case, then you'll.
Let's go find the most.
Center City Mass there.
Aye, we want to get it right in the.
Let's find their grand cathedral of the anti-dragon king or something.
Nice.
Aye, whatever the worst possible place is, that's where it's got to go.
He eats apes and does not like dragons. So this is obviously the place we must go.
Where is your local slave butcher shop? Or,
Where is your meat grinder?
where
Okay.
do you eat the babies?
Okay, I can actually see Valaire asking. I can actually see Valaire walking up to the first stall and just going, where do you serve fresh baby? Where do you serve the fresh babies?
Right.
It's almost like a little girl walking up
Well,
to
we're in a dwarven ship, so there's no way they would possibly know that
Exactly.
we're not supposed to be here.
Right.
Hey, what are all those lights that are pointing at us?
His little flagship going.
I'm just saying, like lasers.
Oh, yeah. No, and there are other vessels, including a couple of airships. One of which is the much more sleek Eldrin-looking vessel. Doesn't have any sails per se. It looks like basically an oversized pumpkin seed hovering next to some
yes.
gantries.
I'm gonna go up to the crew and ask, what's his name? The guy who, the smart
Bearcat?
one. Yeah. No.
The smartest looking one. The one that we remember the name
The
of.
Goliath with the glasses that was really smart. That was taking care of he was the quartermaster.
Okay, you got his name. You guys aren't. You're my note taker.
He has the
You guys are
name,
killing
maybe.
me. Swear to God.
Just
Cody has the notes. We trust him implicitly.
offhand,
I hate having to go back and watch my own videos.
That
to
was
find
my
this shit.
fourth word, by the way.
Huh? Which one is it?
You'll have to find out now.
No.
You weren't taking notes.
offhand, this is just an
Wrong
offer.
shit. This
You guys want me to put the recordings on
Sunday.
Facebook as notes, or
If you can transcribe them, yes, that'd be awesome.
Thursday. Don't be mean.
I don't expect you to. I just was kidding.
You could
Yeah.
probably put him into a program that'll text to speak or speech to text.
No.
Well, yeah, the Goliath.
No.
Him.
No.
Just a quick question. It's fine.
Sure.
This won't ruin
Sure.
anything. Hey, do you know anything about this, please?
It won't ruin anything. What do you know?
Well, the structure and such indicate that it's obviously a grim
Oh, aye, but you were one of them
quite
pirate doozies, privateers that we picked up in Neo Moria. You've sailed around these parts, right? Have you ever heard of this place?
Oh, he's a pirate and that's okay.
See, the problem here, okay. Quick, behind the curtain thing. The problem here is that I have notebooks full of this stuff. I don't mind going in my notebook to get them. But once I assign them, you guys have to remember them. It doesn't mean no good to have to go back to my book again to come up with another one. So yes, I will get the name for you, etc. But it's just, it frustrates me that
Is
you guys
Cody
don't
in the
keep track
chat?
of it. No, nobody's in the chat other than we got one viewer right now, and I think it's probably Olivia, but I don't know. And we have
I know there's Jimmy,
yeah.
and there's Burgle Cat, the halfling, and there is...
Was Burgle Cat the halfling?
Yes.
I could have sworn Burgle Cat was something else, but okay.
Yeah, no, Burgle Cat's the halfling. Jimmy is the young human, or elf.
Johnny.
Johnny. No.
Johnny. I know that. I know he's Johnny.
Then
Okay.
Johnny.
That's why I said I remember him. I can go find him, but I just.
And then the others weren't really named except for the Goliath with the glasses. He worked with you in the kitchen. He's the one that told you to keep the burp bowl stashed. Cody! You're killing us, Cody!
Oh, he's back. He's here.
No,
No.
I'm just
Oh, you're texting him.
explicating.
Nice.
We need your note-taking prowess. Alright, let's
least
see.
the
Does
notes.
this give me anything? Nope. 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 Nope.
Now, Johnny Dunharrow, I remember was that's your youngster.
Nope. 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 Nope.
Well, I'm waiting for Cody to
Nope.
text me back. I'm gonna check my non-existent notes.
And this was before my time, so it wouldn't be in the report.
Nice.
We'll still find a way to blame you, though.
We'll find a way to blame you, Scott. That's,
Oh, I know!
That's just the way these things work.
What's in a name? A rose
Everything.
by any other name would smell as sweet.
There's a vowel in every name.
Not necessarily.
Nim.
How do you spell it?
NYM.
Y is a vowel.
Sometimes.
Well, why pretends to be a vowel, though? He doesn't count.
Oh, he's just a poser. Cody. Sorry, my bag of holding
Cody,
must
if you're
have
seeing
slipped
this,
out.
help.
I think a rogue must have reached into my bag of holding and stolen my notes.
The only pe-
Oh, so that
only
means
here-
that the monkey does have it. So it is Scott's fault. Now, I know I had the list at one point, but I honestly don't know what
His
happened.
name is on the tip of my tongue.
On the tip of my tongue?
Is it?
Wasn't it? I want to say Thidwiddle, but
Yes.
There we go.
Thidwiddle.
Albert Thidwiddle.
That is an odd name for a Goliath, but okay.
He's also.
I honestly, that's why I honestly thought that was the
intelligent
halfling.
and Strange. No.
I thought the halfling was Albert Thidwiddle.
no. I know that the Burgle Cat was the halfling.
Because he got shot in the face. And then I saved him.
You only remember who you save?
Yeah, Johnny and Burgle Cat.
It could be worse.
They've made an impression.
Yes.
As they were customers.
They were made an impression.
Albert apparently did too, because he finally did remember.
They had an impression made
Because
on
if
them.
because the Thidwiddle I had that the note was from wasn't from this story. The fact that you remembered Albert was key. That must be the right guy. So Albert Thidwiddle it was. Because he's got a brother, he's got a cousin named Throckmorton, but it's another whole, he's in another whole story. So. Anyway.
I don't like him.
Oh, Throckmorton?
Yeah.
Could be worse.
Anyway, so you're asking him, he would say, yeah, which leads to the next question, which was where, which was your original question, so I had to get that one done first.
I thought the question was just the question was what do you make of this?
No. Have you heard of this place? Do you know what it is?
He wants to,
okay.
He wants to know what the crew might know about such a...
Because they're less... This looks like a less...
Albert, I demand exposition.
Yes. Plot dump. Now. Stat.
In Draconic. So you're telling me that
Expository dialogue insert here.
once you find one of these things, it does not tell you I go over here. You have to...
That was somebody...
Cody just goes, what Goliath?
Doesn't even remember him on board the ship.
Perfect.
Well, you could try asking the egg, but you probably won't like what happens.
Yes, this place is known as Garrod. Garrid.
Jared.
Yes.
Oh, okay.
It's known as the Artifice of the Bear.
I did not see any bears unless we're counting the horned bellowing things.
Well, okay, no, but as far as... Remember I told you there was a lot of buildings with different stories and whatever? One of the lower, more ornate of the older structures is basically a recumbent bear, kind of like a sphinx. And the entry to the structure is in between its front paws. And so apparently that's one of the older structures here, and it was probably called that long before the rest of the building was made. This is a place that brigands and stuff will come to sell goods that they can't move in other marketplaces. So there's a lot of extremely rare and valuable items that pass through these gates. But that also means there's a considerable number of really dangerous people here willing to do whatever it takes to get to certain said rare items and such. The newer portion of the structures has been because the fourth of the seven princes of the seas has become involved. And I know you might have the note on that, my brigand from another adventure.
Well, what? I don't know anything.
But you can help me find the name of the fourth prince if you have your prince list with you.
Of course he does. Not ever.
There's a nice hollow sound in the back.
Echo.
Anyways,
there's a cricket looking for
Nycos,
someone.
we'll go down and check it out. Do you have any contacts here you would like to talk to? Otherwise, could you keep the ship safe?
Oh, well, definitely withdraw once you disembark. What shall we use as a signal for our return?
Snowy can stay with you, and she'll hear a special signal that only I can give.
I don't want to stay.
Yeah, she's probably getting tired now of the Dragonborn form because she's been in it such a long time, because you don't want her flying around loose in mountains where dragons are being hunted and such, and you had her wear those earplugs and stuff so she didn't hear the call and all of that.
That was a while ago, but sure.
Well, there's also dwarven dragon hunters.
I don't know what you're talking about.
Okay, then when it happens.
He's trying to help.
You? Anyways.
What? No.
He argues in one direction, I argue in the other direction.
I get it.
You argue that if I mention it, John's gonna throw it at us. I argue that if it's not mentioned, John will throw it at us.
Oh, you mean like the fact that the ambush the ambush that was not planned didn't happen?
Exactly. So as soon as we mentioned it, it didn't happen.
Or did it not happen?
I think it depends on who mentions it.
Yes.
Or why they mention it.
Yes. Every one of my predictions has come true, you know.
You
I might as well be a diviner wizard.
That'd be fun.
I wish I could multi.
Good thing you're not Ralgrim, you just would have used the spell now.
Good thing that we so keep to the books, like so hard. So so restrictive of what we want to do.
Yes, have Glim be confectioner, illusion, and divination.
Yeah, why not?
Too much.
Well, that's because you'd have IC on the cake, on the cookies. Right? Icing.
Quiet you.
Oh.
Spell iCup.
Yeah, no.
Yeah.
All right. Yeah, you want to talk to Ryger if you can find him.
Ryger.
Yeah. I'll warn you.
Ryger from
I'll warn
Gary.
you. Yeah, if you run into Ryger, he sometimes will insist his name's Rieger, but it's Ryger, and he's not like the other dwarves you might meet there. I'll just put it that way. You'll probably be able to pick him out of a crowd, but just be aware that he has connections to some very dangerous people in the Everdark.
So do we.
Good. Yeah, that's true.
We all check over our shoulders.
No, right now he's not here.
Nope.
We keep looking.
We pray for a powerful connection with the Everdark, but it doesn't come.
He's not here right now. All right.
He's always gone of the week when it's just like this would
So
probably
here's
work
a
for
great
him.
time where his Everdark connections might tie in.
So we, I guess we'll
Disembark.
disembark.
Okay. And it's literally like a 3-minute parking kind of a situation where you just sail down low enough, drop the ropes, and
We're in the kindergarten drop-off.
Padded floorboards.
Yeah.
you
Orange
do get
floating
considerable. You get a considerable amount of attention being the only dragonborn that you've seen in the.
That they've seen here.
That
Hey,
you don't see.
can I borrow that floaty light then? I need to make an entrance.
Does it look like they're... So just to clarify, does this township look like it's a more...
It's a city, but
Well,
yeah.
does it look more malicious? The
Absolutely.
seedy town.
Mos Eisley, comes to mind.
Yeah, so, standing out might not necessarily be
Actually,
our best course of
it's
action.
somewhere between Mos Eisley and Coruscant. It's a big city, but it's.
If it was on Coruscant,
I know.
how high or low would it be?
Oh, you're talking the lower end of the spectrum.
Nar Shaddaa.
Oh, great.
But the structures,
They're throwing magic spells at me, and I have no clue what the hell's going on.
but the structure that's being built, all the upper stuff, gives the air of affluence, like the towns come into a greater sum of money than usual.
Mm-hmm. I just
To be having this kind of.
don't know if we want to be drawing attention to ourselves or not.
I don't think I have a choice.
So you want to draw an even
Amplify.
bigger attention to yourself. Mm-hmm. Just breathe a little hard in the general direction of someone, and they'll get the message, I think.
Okay.
Onward.
So once you've been deposited into the town and the vessel has moved off, there's like a circle around you, probably 60 feet in the area. As people have kind of moved away from you.
It's like a constant circle as we.
Yeah, it's like they're well,
It's like they're afraid of me.
right. But more, in addition to being afraid of you, it also seems like they might be anticipating some kind of
They don't.
altercation.
Yeah.
And knowing that dragons have breath weapons, they're probably
My
staying.
favorite kind of Turcation.
What?
I prefer the altar.
You say these are I assume these are primarily orphan folk.
There's a mix. It's the structures are dwarven. There's been a lot of incursion of other groups into the area due to the increased wealth for some reason. As you're moving across the space, a much taller individual, somewhere above Goliath, this big,
Tall.
tall, slightly greenish toned skin, dreadlock wearing creature.
Very long nails.
Long, nubby fingers dragging the ground.
How tall is he?
About 10
He's
feet
bigger than you, guaranteed.
tall. 10 to 12 feet tall.
Just checking. I ride that border between medium and large.
He is guaranteed taller than you. I think I know what John has standing in front
Anyway,
of us.
the creature moves forward. He's oddly dressed for someone of his stature. He's actually wearing something kind of stark. He's wearing basically a zoot suit.
Yes,
Nice.
yes.
Stylish.
Pinstripes.
I've never
Pocket
seen
watch.
a zoot suit before, but someone else may have.
Right. For clarification, the narrow lapel, long jacket, button down below the belly button, white shirt inside of that, thin tie, watch chain.
What color is the zoot suit?
The zoot suit is black with purple lapels,
Oh, classy. Classy.
and the pinstripes are purple. Yep. Show it to the stream, too.
For those,
Everything got that
it's
sweet.
just the Jim Carrey's suit from The Mask.
Exactly.
Don't let's
It's-
yellow.
Except it's not
It's
yellow.
yellow.
It's not yellow in this case.
There we go. A little
There we
more-
go. There we go.
Don't need a thing.
Okay, so
That it's a broad-brimmed hat, cocked down over its baleful eyes as it.
Does he walk up to us, snapping his fingers?
No, he's dragging his knuckles. He pops his neck as he walks closer and says, "Hey, breath boy. Hey, you know Angus. Get over here then. We need to talk."
Hey, we need to talk.
As you walk over to him, his surprise round is going to be punch you in the head. Big rocky fist.
We'll see how this goes.
Bad for you.
We'll see.
They're usually.
May all your dice rolls fail.
Why, thank you.
May all your dice rolls succeed. Sarcastically.
that's funny.
Nat 20, nat
Don't
20,
worry, I
nat
plan to.
20, nat 20.
26.
That may hit.
It may hit.
I don't think it misses.
It's not like center mass hit, but it's a hit.
Well, I think it sounds like that's pretty much a center mass hit.
He just punched you in the
Because
head.
you're punching in the head. Yeah, it's not quite a center mass hit. So he hits you for 6 points of physical damage, plus 6 more for his strength.
12.
But that also includes 5 more points of damage that come from a ring on his hand.
17.
Like this?
Like that, only in this case,
Bigger.
The ring flashes a blackness, like an area of darkness appears around it,
Blackness.
and you're required to make a
17.
Constitution save against that.
$18.
Okay, so you make the save. You feel the place where the skin was contacted by the blackness attempt to be corrupted by disease, but your inability to be diseased as a paladin triggers.
Nice to meet you.
He says, "What the hell are you doing here, boy?"
Whatever the hell I want, and what kind of business is it of yours?
He says,
Watch this.
"I'm running the game here, and
The
you're
big guy.
interfering with my
How
business."
so? I ain't even playing the game.
Hold up, like one of my
He says-
girlfriends.
Talk to me.
We turned down the Draconians some time ago.
You know,
Sent them
What
packing.
is that thing?
And the fact that you're willing to show your face here means you just want it punched in.
Meta? Meta? I think it's a troll.
But I'm not a Dragonian. Can't you
Hell,
hear
you
my,
ain't!
Can't you hear my outrageous accent?
Looks at you kind of funny. Swings
I'm not
See
draconian.
my
Don't you-
flippity tail?
He punches with the offhand and swings wide. You see, as that hand swings by, it also has a ring on it, but that ring actually has teeth, and actually the teeth actually open as it approaches, but misses.
You have very interesting fashion choices.
Come on, put him up.
Why? I'm not fighting you.
Oh, I'm so tempted.
Man, he's horrible. It's horrible. He swings this time with his
My
good hand.
righteousness protects me.
Nice.
I pull out my drift glove as I'm standing behind him, turn it on to give him his little glow effect,
Aha! My channel divinity has activated.
and then I minor illusion the symbol of Draconia so that it shines.
Oh, you ruined
Nice,
it.
nice. Because of the symbol.
I'm gonna roll for intimidate. Assisted.
Sure.
No one expects the Draconian Inquisition.
It's been a while since I rolled to intimidate. I'm trained in that. Nice.
No.
Non-nat 20.
Magic!
I think it works!
Hey, it might work! In the shadows I gaze at the group, staying hence from sight. Their eyes look around and do not.
What?
Ah!
He's saying he's in the shadows watching us.
Yes. Which means he's here. Woo!
He is here?
Yes.
Capital H?
Yes, he is here.
But not when we needed you. When we needed you most, you weren't here with your notebook.
Brighter lights.
When he asked the dreaded question,
Right.
what is my name?
Exactly.
What's my name? God damn it.
Swear to me.
No, there was my name. All of a sudden, I'm thinking end of Never Ending Story. Which, of course,
Oh.
there's never an end at the Never Ending. It was his mother's name. Everyone knows his
What's
name.
your horse's name?
To this day, no one can understand.
The kid who actually played the role claimed that he shouted out the mother's name, but it was not in the script. He actually was. He was supposed to come up with it on his own.
Tim?
Hit me. Hit me. I want you to do it. Hit me.
No, the issue is that once the symbol shows up, you hear the mechanical sound that would be equated to a bolt sliding into a chamber
Oh, that's
of
nice.
a bunch of weapons.
Way to get us into trouble. He doesn't know how to make an entrance without ruining it.
I don't know about ruining it. It was impressive.
Is he intimidated?
No.
Can I have a
The
Villa-
20
can I have a
no, he
Villa
might have
license?
been, but apparently the guys with the machine guns aren't. You guys actually see a bunch of weird-looking.
Semi-automatics.
Well, no, they look
Crossbows.
visually for us, so you get a mental picture of it. Thompson machine guns with the carousel loaders.
Okay.
From your standpoint, wands with a weird circular device, and they're using the wands two-handed.
Odd.
And they've got an odd pistol-like grip on the front of them.
Okay, so I'm going to.
Such wands. Rounds.
But they're this long.
No, but
I'm going to take out my shield.
Okay?
And I'm going to walk on sunshine.
Literally.
I alter the minor illusion so that it now looks like the flag of Draconia is billowing behind him.
How do you even know what that is?
We met him!
They met Phoebus, remember?
Okay.
Remember, I was the female.
Whee! So, this would be for number of shots at you.
Huh?
12
Ha!
at you.
Ha ha! Ha!
20 shots at the Pongid, for whatever reason.
Can I?
He's not one of us.
31 shots at you. That's 4 points each.
So.
Do they auto hit?
They are magic missiles.
Nice.
So yeah.
Shield
I'm
Does
down.
my shield do anything? Because it is supposed to have advantage against magical attacks.
But
Something.
John, I cast shield in reaction.
Okay, and shield stops.
It even stops. It guarantees stops all of magic missile, but gives me +5 to my armor class for everything else.
Okay,
So all magic missiles are done for the turn for me.
they're aimed at you.
So,
So that's hysterical. Of course, now you have to make a con save. A constitution. No, is a con save for the concentration of the flag?
oh, it falls.
Okay. So the good
You
news
let the flag fall!
exactly after you were given a green.
I actually have it fade as your righteousness is
no,
gone.
because it had to happen in response to
Yeah.
the shield. So it's like boom, it goes down.
Well, shield's not a concentration.
Obviously, it's more damage.
The
than
light isn't concentration, that's coming from the globe.
Yeah.
Right, so the globe's still floating.
I'm still
Well, I'm holding.
right,
light.
and
Ow.
it's way more than you can take. So you just go down in a heap, unfortunately.
Oh,
Yeah.
in yonder heap.
Go to sleep. Go to sleep.
They put down the monkey. In other words, somebody yells, "Stop this monkey business!"
Ouch.
Ouch.
I was going to attempt to do a high check, but I didn't have time.
This is the
So
first Indiana
31
Jones movie
hit
if
me?
Indy didn't get onto the
31
boat.
is 4, yeah.
Yeah.
So he does the bullet dance.
That hit my... Did any hit my shield?
Yeah.
31?
No.
So 31, but each one deals 4 on a successful hit.
Yeah.
Great.
Ouch! That's 100.
Yeah, it was a lot of damage.
That's 124.
Well, there's no way I can survive that, so I'm dead.
Do they all hit simultaneously so he doesn't accidentally get knocked into death saves and then 3 more knock him to death?
Right, it's all it's all simultaneous. It's just
Okay, good.
To me, the visual of it was just the idea
So
of
I-
heavy machine guns should be really
I-
devastating. and
Hail
powerful.
of
So I
missiles.
also might be Nova.
No, you're not going to be Nova because each one of them only did 4. It was all simultaneous, so you would have hit 0.
Yeah, but
at
how
the
many
same
hit
point.
him?
10.
Times 4 is 40.
Yeah, but he didn't. No, each one. The weapon, the way Nova works, it's got to be one source that does that much damage.
Okay.
Oh, okay, so I couldn't have got it.
You wouldn't have. They literally couldn't have been enough to kill you because magic missiles are such a weak spell. They shouldn't be able to Nova people. That's what where I came up with that concept. So anyway, it's really impressive. He does the bullet dance. You're standing there with the globe. yeah, yawn. Please do.
Wait.
Please do. But now the troll comes over.
Wait. When they shot,
Yes.
does it make the cinematic like poof of smoke and everything?
Yes.
So when I jumped in the air and walked on sunshine,
Yes.
I may not have been where they shot all 31 bullets.
Instead of
It's still 120 divided between things.
Instead of
I'm arguing for my life. Shush.
And I'm arguing for
I'm just saying the guns would have followed. So yes, you're
Okay, they fired 50 at you, but 31 hit.
Okay.
anyway. The theatrics of this is simply you go down in a hail of bullets. You, by the miracle of a dinky spell, go put no. And then now
there's a troll.
And you went he her and the troll's now walking over. Put the globe down or I'm gonna punch you in the head.
Be a man.
So, let go. Damn it!
Punch him in the head.
I dropped it! I dropped it!
You didn't?
20.
Oh, thank God, a 21 armor class.
Really?
Gotta love shield.
Shield.
I see. Backhand you with the offhand would be worse probably. Oh no, actually did pretty good.
Did the extriatory system of the Tarmakian save my life?
21 hits.
Did the bullet to the book take the damage?
Legs the chest, where I always keep my special book.
If you want that to be the case, sure. But as it is, you're just going to be okay. Both of you make your first death saves. 21 on the backhand.
21.
15.
20 was your armor.
21.
21 was your armor. So okay.
Otherwise,
Okay.
the 20 would have hit. Because
Right.
through 5th edition rules, if it's equal, it hits.
Right.
One fail. Crap.
Okay, and 25 points of damage.
Ouch. Still up. Hold on. turn it off and plumps to the ground. I'm complying.
Okay. We shouts to the other guys. Administer to them. Bring him. So they come over and they would bind you first. So make one more set of death. One more death save.
Okay, that's good. I saw this was in the double digits.
16.
Okay.
Both pass.
Both pass. They bind you. Then they wake. Then they administer.
So the medicine check.
Yeah, medicine check / healing and drag the two of them
by the arms.
Yeah, exactly.
I'm a gnome. The guy could literally just grab me like this.
Yeah, exactly. Just grab you by the middle and just do anything and I squish you like a bug.
But then that would set your kind back years. Be the bigger man.
Nice. All right. So a little bit later, the two of you will revive in a cage.
See, I was de-escalating the situation,
I know you totally were.
but he did not.
He was helping.
I want never again to be said that I just randomly attacked people.
Fair enough.
Very aggressive.
I think we will all agree.
I think that was fair.
That was totally provoked. It totally was provoked. I would agree. Would you agree?
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. Just long as
This whole thing was unprovoked.
No. Yeah, on his part.
You provoked.
You provoked. The
You-
Draconian flag. You didn't know. Yeah, except
Yes, he did. He knew exactly what he was doing.
No, Travis, remember, at one point we were passing ourselves off as
Draconian.
members of Draconia.
Not this time.
He doesn't shift gears as fast as you.
I literally said, I'm not Dragonian. I have a flippy tail.
He goes, yes, you are. You have a flippy tail.
Hail, hail,
I'm
Draconia.
gonna eat your firstborn dragon.
Nice.
Okay,
That's mean, it's still a dragon.
how tightly are we bound?
You're just in cages. They took your gear. Your gear's sitting beside your cages. So
I reached for Switchblade.
nice. It quivers in the distance. No, actually, he looks over, sees what you're doing. He goes, causes it to. Bastard!
I put Mage Head under to give it a little wiggle. Am I in a cage too?
No.
Okay.
No, you're okay. I'm envisioning along the lines of the Leah is captured moment when the others are put in cages, but you're basically standing in front of Louis and his handler. Of course, Louis.
Oh, his name's Louis.
Yeah.
We never got his name.
You come
He punched
to
you
me
first.
on the day of my daughter's wedding.
Well, I was invited.
Dad, you're stealing all my thunder.
You didn't even say anything.
I know. I wasn't there
There's
yet.
no prompt.
See, you have to check for names in your.
I know. Yeah, because it's somebody who actually exists.
Wait, are you saying if we're not in the book, we don't exist?
Yet.
Travis, I don't think our names are in there.
If I don't exist, how can I be caged?
Am I forgotten?
Oh, not that far.
It's worse. Now we're in the sunken place.
All right.
How thoroughly would they have disarmed us?
Yes.
Do I still have arms?
Oh,
No, that's your Thursday character that would have gotten his arms taken away.
Nice.
How many?
All of them.
All 7.
That's my secret arm. The one that is not one.
All right. So, beside Louis is surprisingly enough not really a throne, but a rather ornate chair, like a what do they call them. Would they
A
lazy boy.
well-upholstered one, right?
what? Not a palisade. What do you call this stupid thing?
Palanquin.
Chairs that get moved.
Palanquin? Palanquin?
Palanquin.
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 Yeah.
There's like
That's
I've
one name
heard
for
it pronounced 4 different
A
ways.
litter?
Yeah, a litter. But anyway, it's ornately carved out of bone.
What kind of bone?
Go ahead and make a
A bone check.
ancestral. Yeah, be ancestral.
Bone check.
So history check.
Yeah, I know.
I don't check nothing.
Well, this is for him specifically.
No, unfortunately, you'd be able to. It's dragon's bones.
Ah. Am I filled with an ungodly rage that gives me the strength to break my bars?
No, but it's close. Very close.
To bend the bars.
To shake them violently, impressively.
So, John, with bad diplomacy, are we in a situation of more blood for the blood god, more skulls for the skull throne?
It's sort of like that. No. Anyway,
Fetch the frog!
actually, it's pretty funny. Guess what was in amongst your stuff, right?
The frog. The frog.
No, I keep that one in a special secret place. I'll
Don't
never be
fart.
separated from the frog. It's my last ditch effort.
What did I tell you about putting that into black holes?
Prismatic!
Anyway,
And with that, we embrace
yes.
the sweet, cold grasp of death.
anyway, the figure before you is Treloran.
Ooh.
Bushy blonde hair,
Yep.
pale skin. Yes.
Before you go on with the actual dialogue, can you describe our cage so I can make a plan to escape while you do that?
Sure. Iron bars set in what looks to be stone floor and ceiling. Stone made out of the same white stuff you saw outside.
Are we guarded?
Yes.
Are we in the same room as them?
Yes.
What kind of lock?
Looking good, Valere.
Are there half-barrel hinges?
No.
Looking
No
good.
pressure, then.
Looking good, Valere.
Oh crap! I don't have my thieves tools. Otherwise, I would.
Anyway, the figure sitting in the chair is more lounging than sitting. He's kind of slouched, like he really doesn't.
You come to
He doesn't show you any respect to you. He's
Well, of
just
course.
No respect.
When he folded up under
Not
his
at
body,
all.
leather armor, long sword at his hip.
Mm-hmm.
He's actually, if you will, juggling, if you will, or manipulating a knife across his
Contact juggling.
Yeah,
He's doing
With a knife.
yeah,
doing the coin flip, but with a knife.
yeah. But he's spinning it around and whatever.
Mhm.
Anyway, and he keeps looking at the blade because the blade has a gray, pockmarked material.
Nice. I know where that's going.
Oh, I think I know where that's going too.
No, you
Lim
don't.
knows nothing.
I know exactly where
Anyway.
that's going.
Anyway, he says, what word do you have from E?
Peace? It's a very nice word.
No, not for me. What word do you have from E?
He doesn't speak too well.
In meta, I actually don't. Does this make sense to me?
Doesn't have to.
Okay, I don't know an E.
Don't even know of your own nation. Perhaps I should use the more common term, havoc.
No.
You can take a quick look at the map.
No, I know Havoc is.
Yeah.
That's Haven.
Nope, havoc.
No, I said that's Haven. I thought that was it, but
Havoc's
Havoc's over there.
Is there an anti-magic field?
No.
I'm gonna lay on hands myself.
Okay.
I'm just gonna rub myself to good health.
Work overtime to give yourself back 5 points per action.
Well, the nice part is he can spend any amount of points, so he can go all the way to his maximum.
Okay.
But the problem is, chances are his maximum hit points are higher than the amount of lay on hands he
Oh
can
yeah,
do.
Much more.
But
Are you saving
it'll
any?
give me something.
And, well, you're also adjacent to his cage, so you could actually reach across to his cage if you so desired. He's laying in
You
there.
could do some monkey business.
Man.
I would, but the life wouldn't get out of the cage.
Ouch. Ouch.
He only has 19, okay?
Ouch.
Okay, I'll give you 5.
A third of your life points are back. That sounds almost fair.
A quarter.
There.
Yeah, quarter.
Yeah, 6 out of 19. Yeah, you were right first, a third. A little under a third.
So
I know nothing of Havoc,
Oh, you're
Then
other than what some have wrought.
So is this a gift for me then? He points at the dragon in the cage.
He's a gift for us all.
I'm a pleasure to be around.
You know what Quantivus will pay for it.
I don't think he's going to be paying much of anything.
I also concur.
You tell.
He's recently come out with a horrible disease.
It's called death. How far?
Did you inconvenience my former ally?
I did
how
nothing.
far are we from my stuff?
I lended a hand merely.
10 feet.
Nice.
I merely tried to lend a hand.
So you let the dragon do most of the work.
Hey, Clem.
That would be appropriate.
Clem,
Yes?
do you remember that thing you did the one time with Big Red?
He's referring to a time there was a bell.
Aye, the bell.
He's a little touched.
I think it's bell time.
So,
Louis looks over you and says, "Don't embarrass yourself."
I could never.
Angus would be so disappointed.
Well, seeing as how I kind of took the bounty for Quantivus' life from him, I don't think he'll really care.
Oh! So you have the documentation with you?
Wouldn't you like to know?
Good point. Hey, Louis, go get his stuff. And they start looking through your stuff. Will they find a document to that effect in your belongings?
Nope.
It's not on your character sheet?
Nope. I never got a good document.
he never got a document. He just heard there was one.
I heard there was a bounty. We got it. They will find a document. Maybe.
They'll find a book.
They'll find lots of books.
Yeah.
They'll find a book with a drawing inside.
Do they cast my anything on the floor?
Do they drop? You mean do they drop anything?
Like, are they tossing shit to the side?
Yeah, are they dropping my stuff around?
No, they just grabbed the big bundle and dragged it over to the boss.
Great. So while they're in the way and doing that, I'm going to Misty Step through the bars and get my sword and shield.
Well, you'd have to go to where they are to do that, which would be taking you to the center of the group. Because they took
No, but
your
you
stuff.
just said that you took the big bag.
A bundle of your stuff, I said.
So all of it.
They have all of your belongings.
So if you want to go to where your belongings are, you're going right into the middle of them.
In meta, I'd recommend just seeing how this could play out.
That would be very dangerous to all of our health.
I don't know about mine.
Oh, yeah. It would be very dangerous. Are you confused yet?
No, I've actually found a couple of items of interest here that might get you out of trouble.
Oh, I
Or
know
in the
that.
more.
There's more on the back.
No, I'm getting there.
And on the back of that. And on the back in between.
Got it. I have a permit for that. Let's go back to Jim Carrey's The Mask, them in the park pulling out all the stuff.
Yeah.
I have a permit for that as they pull out a rocket launcher.
Xavier is suddenly bored and looking at it.
Yep, so there's 3 things other I'll trade for if you want your freedom.
I'm gonna deftly cast Mage Hand.
To
Keep it near me.
Okay. Fanning yourself or something like that. Insignificant so they don't think of it as being an aggressive thing, because it's still a spell.
Yeah, well, I'm trying to make it to where when they see it, they're not immediately going, he's doing something. It's just he's just being an idiot with it.
That's
And
what I
then
said,
after a few moments, it'll slowly sneak its way to his pack to push it to him. To 8-Boy.
I need more information.
Sure.
Please describe.
Very simple. I'm looking for...
No, not in character.
Okay.
I need strategical information.
Like...
Where's my stuff? Who's on it? How many people are in the room?
Okay, there are a dozen of his thugs, all of the same Trollkin race as Louis.
Mm-hmm.
There is the person that we're talking to, his name is Arden. And there are...
borrow this for a moment?
Yeah, could
2
you also
Grim.
write down,
Okay.
I need to put cutting back in
Where's
of my
my
hit
swords?
points to,
Yep.
They're
I'll put that
bundled,
one
more
there
likely
just a second.
bundled in the center of your
I just want to
stuff.
check the speed of
Okay.
something.
They haven't even looked at your weapons. They're only
How
looking
far are they from
at the
me?
room doors. At this point, about 40 feet now.
Okay.
Okay.
bell time, and then I'm gonna Misty Step 30 feet and dash and grab my sword and shield.
Okay, so you're going to be grabbing at your pile of stuff, trying to get your weapons out, because they bundled together.
Well, the shield's pretty huge.
Right, and they would have used it as a primary basis for carrying everything, so everything's a pile
Right.
on top of it.
Okay,
Did they strip his armor off of
fine.
him?
Yeah, I'm gonna.
Yeah, they took everything.
Okay, I just wanted to make sure if they've been. So you unfortunately don't-
That's why he asked. He specifically asked, how far did they take
Didn't
it?
get an answer. All I know is they didn't take my arms.
Yeah, the clarification I told you is they completely took your stuff.
So
Okay.
you're in your skivvies.
Sword and shield going for it.
Okay.
In this little mess of a fray, I'm trying to push the Poggit's possessions closer to his cage with the mage hand.
Okay. Mage hand helmet can push, 10 pounds by rules? So
It can only lift 10 pounds, so I don't know.
Well, you'll be rolling it. It would take a while to get there. I get
Yeah.
it. That's I'm just clarifying. Maybe a foot per round.
Just whatever it's got to do. I'm trying to be deft, and I'm just more or less trying to not move
Well,
around to this.
he's definitely making it a distraction, so it won't be
Yes.
a problem with that.
Which every time I ask someone else for one, I never get it, but that's fine.
Okay then.
I would, but I.
He's in a cage without his material
Yeah.
possessions, and I'm slowly trying to rectify that.
He's not the one I asked for one from.
He did try to help.
Oh.
Anyway, good. I'm not going to
He
go.
teased
We
me.
need this stuff.
So now there's a dragonborn right in the fray, grabbing his sword, his
Right.
switchblade sword.
You'll
and
hear
shield.
you'll hear the machine guns. There's only
Cock.
12. There's only 12 of them because they're already defined.
My plan is to get Frog Rock
Uh-huh.
and put it up against his throat. The big bulbs.
Right, Arden.
Arden?
Isn't that what I just said?
I'm just making sure. I wanted to make sure I did not mishear.
Did I stutter? I think I said his name was Arden.
I wasn't listening. He's gonna be dead soon.
Yeah, this is the first time I heard it because he didn't introduce
It's
himself.
Arden.
No, I.
It's Arden. You're fine.
Okay, so yes, Arden.
So therefore, this would be the surprise round. So then we'll go ahead and roll initiative. You've made it to your pile. Make a strength check to pull the shield out. DC would be a 20 because it's all bundled together.
Okay. Well, not strong enough then.
Okay, so you're tugging on the pile to get the
Wait,
shield out.
I get advantage on athletics checks.
Okay.
Would you give me that?
Yep.
Talking about your channel divinity skill?
That's even worse. So
So it's not coming out of the pile right now. It's bundled. Like I said, they strapped and bundled together. So.
Your pack is your shield.
Well,
Might end up
the
in.
core of the material is his shield. Everything basically bundled to it. Pulling it out will strew some of your belongings around in the area because they did have the bags open and were tugging at the books and stuff inside because they were looking for documentation. They were specifically looking for.
can a haversack be spilt like that? I thought you had to call what you wanted out of it.
You also have to have regular bags and stuff too. You've got way too much stuff to be carrying it all in a haversack, right?
Not really. Most of them are just books.
Logically speaking, I think that haversacks and bags of holdings have a way to dump all their stuff. Otherwise, how would someone who found one be able to get something out?
I'm just saying accidentally spilled.
Well,
I'm going to adjudicate that because they were
Fine,
attempting to
that's-
get into the bag,
Sure.
they basically had commanded it open and were rifling
Absolutely,
through.
that's fine.
Okay, so even if not all of it, and I didn't say all of it, I only said part
That's
of it was
fine.
being spilled out. So initiative.
21.
I also have 21.
6.
All right, so you made it. You made it. The surprise round got you to the shield. You tugged at it. I will also grant you a chance to get the sword as well, and that would be actually easier because you'd be pulling it out of its scabbard. So make that only at 15.
There we go.
Okay. So with a flick of the wrist, you're able to pull Frog loose. So you have the blade in your hand. You've pushed it 2 feet towards him. Anything you want to do personally as well now that there's an action going on?
I'm personally trying to at least still give the air of I'm looking to still communicate and listen, so then
no.
we're not fired upon
Right.
from this transgressional outburst. I got your back, but it's hard to have your back when everyone is armed and able to kill.
Yeah.
So that's my turn. Mm-hmm. I'm just having the hand push his stuff close to him.
Gotcha. All right. Your 19 then triggers. So
21.
Yep. And your initiative now triggers, both of you. So now he's holding his action. Your action is to pull the shield a second time?
Nope. To keep my momentum, get the sword to his throat.
Okay. So you're making the attack. So go ahead and roll an attack. Even though it's not intentionally going to deal damage, you get to get the weapon in position, you need to roll an attack.
First one misses. That one. Plus 23.
Okay. So basically, you move towards him. Louis goes to get in the way. You basically spin around Louis to get to him. And you've positioned yourself as intended with the sword at Arden's neck. Machine gunners all get ready to fire, but Arden raises his hand. Several of them move towards you. Notice the bag is moved and kick it back. The rest dogpile on your stuff.
Okay.
Louis has reached into his
Stop moving.
big thick
Baggings.
pocket. He's got his hand in his big hand in his pocket. And you're saying stop moving. Arden goes, "What are you going to do now? Slay me? Because as surely as you do, I will take your soul." He still has that knife in his hand.
Does the Frogorock activate?
No, because you didn't cut him yet. You put the sword against his throat and it has not triggered.
I never knew how to cut it.
Yeah, you have to cut his skin.
Okay, well then.
Just deal 1 point of damage, just to...
Stop moving. No. Graze his throat.
Poke.
Okay. Go ahead and roll to hit.
Poke.
I think it'd be hard not to.
You're right.
It's fine. 28.
Yeah. You draw the blade across.
I go too far.
Severs head. No, no. You draw the blade against his throat, which you think should cut it. Doesn't. The blade just slides across his skin, and he says, "You really shouldn't have." And you feel the knife against your thigh. Now, do you want to stop
This
this
is a very
nonsense
awkward
and talk
position.
civilized?
I tried to do that from the beginning.
Because he's got
I
a sword on the other
understand,
hand, but he's
but
got
you
his
and
hand
your
underneath.
associate invoked the nation of Dragonia
This
and
isn't
made
looking
us
very
look bad in front of the public.
Aye, because he's an idiot. I found him in a shite heap. And he still hasn't got the smell off. I hate Draconia. I tried to kill him. Phoebus, I mean. Then I impersonated him. Made a fool of him in front of a whole nother nation. I don't give a shite about them.
Looks over at you and says, "So you're not an agent of E?"
No.
Pulls his knife and goes, "What the hell are we fighting for?" Puts his knife away.
That's my whole point. Now, if you'll kindly direct your people to put every single
get your
item...
stuff. Get your stuff. But I do want to. He says, "I am interested in 3 of your items."
Aye, which ones would they be?
The Time Goddess book.
Nope. Sorry, can I do? I don't take kindly to people shooting me in the face and then asking the body.
I don't take kindly to people undermining my authority in a place that I've worked very hard to build a
Then
reputation.
please punish the person who did.
I'm sorry, it was under your image. I understand what you're saying, but nonetheless, the collective of you did that.
Mm-hmm. Well, I would think someone of your caliber would want to be sure of his information before he kidnapped and tried to extort and murder and torture people. But, you know, that's just me being a fool.
Well, you know, if you walk like a Trelawney and talk like a Trelawney, you kind of have to be a Trelawney. So.
No.
Skullduggery and...
No, you don't.
Yeah, you kind of do.
Not really. Anyways, so I'll be going now.
Well, yeah, not yet. We need to finish our conversation. You came to my city, and if you are not the agents of E that I was anticipating, then I might have a job for you.
No, thank you. I'll be going now. I'm gonna put back on my armor and pack all my stuff and make sure I have everything.
He says, I want the frog.
Of course you do.
If I can't have the book, the frog will work, and if the frog won't work, then...
You nae offering me anything in return.
You have not shown any signs of bartering.
As far as I'm concerned, you've shot me, you put me in a cage, you've ignorantly assumed a bunch of bullshit, and you've demanded things from me for my life. So if you offered anything worth bargaining for, I do not think so. Get your head out of yours.
He says, well, the offer stands for the either of you, by the way, and I apologize, the little ape man. I didn't mean to cause any undue damage to you. I didn't realize that you were only a porter to these.
What was the third item? I thought you were about to mention it.
I was, but he's shut down conversation, yeah.
Okay.
I haven't shut it down, I just said you have to offer something besides just threatening my life.
Oh, I know.
They found me.
Perhaps could you...
in
Oh, sorry.
the Chronicles.
Well, you did come aboard a dwarven vessel. And I anticipated a dwarven vessel that was supposed to arrive here sometime today or yesterday.
So your anticipated vessel is late.
Extremely.
Well, they won't be coming.
Yeah, about that.
They're all dead. Or half dead, being eaten as we speak.
I asked Louis if he's by any chance got any healing potions or anything that could help our injured companion.
Oh yeah, they'll send for their surgeons to take care of both of you.
I will decline respectfully.
Your expected guests or
Yes.
compatriots were attacked by agents of a being that flew a flag with many tongues.
Yes. Yes, I'm familiar with the promised one, as they call him. You came to a city. I have no idea what would interest you. You came to us. So,
Hi.
as far as trade is concerned, granted we got off the wrong foot, but you did give a presentation of being an enemy. So,
How so?
as I told you, we'd already slaughtered draconians before, and you showed up under the visages of being a draconian. I don't know how I was expected to act otherwise than to take
I
you
know,
down.
how could they act otherwise, Glim?
What is this?
Exactly, see my point? Anyways, I'm gonna go take a break. If you wanna
Gleb actually does
restart negotiations at another time more respectfully, then maybe I'll consider having a talk with you, but no right now. I'm leaving.
I heard you the first time.
We need to.
You coming? No? Okay.
We gotta.
Did you want to wait for them to possibly help heal you up, or
No, they already. I already
Okay.
said they've already summoned the surgeons and they're taking care of that.
Okay.
So,
Then as soon as that's all done.
And I offered it to him, and he said he respectfully declined them.
Yeah. So once that's all taken care of, then bid farewell.
Are you sympathetic to the Draconian cause?
I have a bit of sympathy for everyone. For you, for him.
That's not the answer to my question. Why did you choose the emblem of Draconia?
He said earlier that we had to pretend to be them.
Understood.
I thought we were still pretending.
so basically, we walked into the middle of a war that's been going on for.
No, there is a group that is trying to create a nation called Draconia. They've shown up in several different places of power, trying to get recognition. In two of them, these people have interacted with them at the same time. So that's the meta of it. In the first case, they decided to utilize their imagery to pass themselves off as them, and in this case, they got the message across on what they were going to try to do. He clearly was denying them, and he thought they were trying to represent them. So,
For future reference, so I have no idea what.
you've never heard of Draconia.
Hail Draconia.
Right, so the three of you then basically leave out the front door.
We come out the front door. Ooh,
Yeah,
that's good.
You're back out in the main courtyard area down below. People still, as soon as the dragon walks in the area, they do move away from him as quickly as they can.
And now he looks pissed, so they have a reason to.
Well,
He's gonna go walk back to the docks and whistle
Okay.
for the ship to come.
Okay. So, as the vessel is coming in, one group, even as you're moving through this rather large crowd, one group of curiously painted kobolds, maybe 4 of them. They're kind of skulky anyway because they're not very well liked and whatnot. So they're moving in amongst the crowd, trying not to get kicked, so to speak. But they're moving in parallel to where you guys are. And as you're waiting for the vessel to descend, they start motioning to you like they want you to come over to talk to them.
Him or all of us?
Well, the group just
Yeah, okay.
towards all 3 of you.
Valere, looks like you have a fan club.
Great. What'd you need?
You call out to them.
Mm-hmm.
They kind of skitter behind some baskets or barrels that
Cover.
are near them and motion for you to come closer. And they come on their finger to their mouth like they're trying to be quiet.
He'll walk over, but not being secretive whatsoever.
Right. They go, don't look down, don't look down. Yeah. The mistress wants to see you.
And which mistress might that be?
Mistress Vesta
No thanks.
of the Triad.
Okay, I don't know what that means. I've had enough of masters and who's it was that's trying to meet with me today, and they ain't feeling too good. You can see, I have a few holes that could use some closing.
Well, we can arrange for that.
No thanks, I got it. Thank you. Now I'll be back tomorrow, and if your mistress wishes to offer me an invitation, I'm much more likely to take it.
Okay, well, just so you know, the Draconians are still interested in making a deal.
Great. Well, they can go die in a fire.
I see. What about you, little one? Are you sympathetic to our cause?
What's your story?
Draconia, as a nation. Identification, recognition, power. Return of the dragons to their rightful role in the world.
Sounds like a good agenda.
Come on, Glim. You know they're full of shade.
Yeah. If you're on attack, we'll be around tomorrow. Ship comes down.
Two long rests, parked in a safe, undisclosed location.
Sure.
Out of sight, out of mind, out of being.
Sure. Too long rest for you three to work through whatever these issues are so that we can actually move ahead without as much conflict.
Sounds great.
Sounds like a plan.
Cooking in the galley.
So we're taking a break?
Want to take a break? We'll take
Sure.
a break. It's 8:23. See you guys in 7 minutes. 3, 2, 1. All right, ladies and gentlemen, we are back to Nycos D&D. We are aboard. What's the name of our boat?
Dragon Wagon?
Dragon Wagon?
We dubbed it the Dragon Wagon.
It works. There was
It's
near
a
the wagon.
conversation that
It happens every session because we can't remember the name of the damn boat.
It's always Dragon something.
Well,
No, it was Dragon Wagon when it was a wagon, and that was before we destroyed that one, and now you've got the ship.
Right.
So.
There's the Dragon Wagon flies again.
Dragon Wagon
now
2.
Now it's the Dragon Flagon.
well, I mean,
Dragonflight, how about that?
there's
Dragonflight work.
Dragon Flagon implies that Blair is, and I'm not.
Oh, and as far as the other issue is that there is a way for him to get to town if you need to, because Snowy could fly him within range, and he could walk into town if you wanted to let.
I think with the introduction I got, that might not be the safest option.
Probably not be the safest option. Good point.
I'm in
Especially
the
seeing
same-
a warlord
I'm in the same
with a
Dragon
strong
Wagon as him.
dragon bones.
Yes.
Well, I mean,
Wasn't it? Yeah, the same. Carry.
yeah, I don't want to put Snow in danger mostly because I don't want to upset him.
Which brings us back to the situation.
If
You
he
were in the
wants,
kitchen.
I have how many extra pairs of airwalks on the ship?
I think just one extra.
I bought 5 pairs.
Did?
Yeah, you did.
I don't remember.
One for each crew member, which was 3 of you plus. I think one
2
was
others that have since flown.
the bard. Well, the bard had a pair.
Bard probably has a pair.
So
That
she,
was the 4th
she,
pair.
she,
At least one other pair.
she air walked off the.
Yeah.
She's
Until- for
moonwalking
now.
right now.
All right.
So there's one spare pair.
Spare pair. Spare pair of air bears. Okay.
Oh God.
Anyway, the travel back to the cove, so to speak, this rocky inlet where you've currently anchored the vessel, was pretty much in stony silence. The next morning, you're up in the kitchen making biscuits or whatever,
Mm-hmm.
and he finally had enough.
There's going to be a very light, polite knock on the
Kitchen door.
Kitchen
The galley door.
Come on in.
Then the door gets kicked open.
Nice.
You want the hash browns or the grits?
Gingerbread boy.
I think we're out of that.
I have a question for you. Why is it that every time the shite hits the fan, you look like a deer in a nimbus light? You freeze. You do need help.
In some instances, you seem like you have it all under control.
Oh aye, when I'm defenseless in a cage, my stuff's being rifled through.
I never mentioned anything that would have gotten your stuff rifled through.
That isn't the point. I asked you for a distraction, I asked you for help, you could summon that dragon, you didn't.
Would a
I can
dragon?
thought of it
Would a
simpler.
dragon have truly made the situation better?
It would have given me a chance to at least get my sword and shield.
Maybe though, but with their reaction to the symbol which was a dragon, an actual dragon would just probably exacerbated the situation further.
Aye, but it would have given us a chance to get out.
Don't we need to deliver one of these things to this place?
No.
The other issue is, I lack the ability to make a dragon that moves and reacts in real time. It's, for the most part, stilled.
You've done it multiple times, and it's come to various degrees of life.
Unexplainable and uncontrollable. I was not in charge of those. There's no telling what would happen when I summoned it. For all we know, it could either be still and they see through the illusion and take it as a declaration of war on us three and Draconium, or it springs to life and it looks at all three of us as a delicious snack with some wrappings around it.
That I could have handled, but being in a cage with nae defense, nae of my stuff, and you talking about how I'm going to be deboned and whatever else he was planning to do with me, seeing that thing of his.
I understand your concern for your well-being, but did you not trust Glim to keep your best interest in mind?
Not even close, because many times we've been in the fire, and he asks you for help, and he doesn't get it.
Well, why are you in the fire? You don't let Glim put these flames out.
You don't put them out.
Because you've already trampled through them.
Okay. Does it matter? If we're already in the fire, and a friend asks for help, why can't you not give it?
Because how far are you willing to go into the flames before you're already immolated?
As far as it takes to save your ass. And I've done it many times before. And I do it 1,000 times again. I don't think you do the same.
I try to put the flames out in my way. You attempt to put them out in your way.
Very well, then.
And I don't think you'd appreciate me fanning the flames accidentally while you're already engulfed.
At least you would have tried. At least I would have known that you actually gave a crap. And tried. And he's going to walk off.
Okay.
After he walks up, well,
What would you like for breakfast?
sorry, Glenn. Typical monkey thing. Bananas.
Would you like some banana pancakes?
Yes.
Big stack. Big stack. Oh, I've exhausted the banana supply.
Trust me, he has his own.
Oh,
He's got the endless bag of
got a
bananas.
oh, that's
It's a
right.
bag
That's
of dried
right.
banana. It's not good, but it'd be okay with the banana. If the banana
Yeah.
chips could be thrown in with the.
If he has any culinary magic, he can take a dried banana and give some juice to
That's
it.
true.
I was actually going to say, correct me if I'm wrong, usually a lot of dried foods will typically, like,
They're more flavorful when they cook.
heighten the flavor, so wouldn't dried bananas be just nothing but flavor, or am I wrong in that?
Banana chips, they
I've never had banana
They're,
chips, that's why I
they're
asked.
slightly better than plantain.
yeah, but plantains are like
Plantain are
pure
intentionally. Plantain
potato
are, plantain
banana.
is a potato banana. Exactly.
But don't planting them take a long time?
No.
Oh.
Raisin that does.
Oh.
Monkey facepalm with...
So, our friend has a bit of claustrophobia.
Nobody likes guinea
I don't
pig.
think you would appreciate
that's really
being in a
funny.
cage as well.
The Ponkin goes, cage? No problem. I've been in cages before. I get put in cages a lot. I'm a monkey.
One more time this year and I get a free Sunday. Get a free banana split.
That is literally like...
It's a little morbid.
That is morbid, but I digress.
Do me a favor, Scott, and roll a 20-sided.
Oh. Base 5.
Ah, base 5.
That was for the enemy's attack, right?
No, that was for whether or not anybody found you guys yet. So your first 24 hours have passed on your first long rest. You intended to be out here for at least 2 long rests, so the day went for virtually uneventfully.
I'm working with the quartermaster just to see if there's anything that we need to restock on.
Roll a d20 for me.
Roll a d20. That is an 18. I don't know if I add any modifiers or anything.
Nope,
It's an
just a
18.
straight roll, because I'm going to check this as meaning that there's a change in the weather, so now you're going to roll a d8 for me.
Ooh, a d8. I love it. Would you like to do the honor, Scott?
Okay, it's not the weird one that I can't read.
3.
3.
Okey-dokey.
Yeah, I have the weird set. They're right here.
And a d6.
Alright.
Oop.
I'll let you do this one, Matt.
Or I was going to say, Travis, would you like to roll?
Yeah.
Nope.
Okay. D6. I'm going to use wood dice because of a ship. 2.
Alrighty, so it's a little bit warmer this morning than yesterday. There is a slight amount of clouds to the west at dawn, and they are moving in the southerly direction, along with the wind blowing at about 10 knots.
Is the sky this morning red?
Standard, well, yeah, deep red when the
deeper red.
Deeper red.
Well,
Particular redness around the,
I'm
captain's
going.
quarters.
I'm going with a
Extra heat there too.
Yeah.
the sailors
Sailor's red sky in warning.
red sky in the morning, sailor's take warning, red sky at night, sailor's delight.
It'd be purple here though.
Okay, so is it? Yeah, I think you've told me that before. It's been so long.
Yeah,
Is the sky purple this morning?
it is slightly.
Morning of maroon, sailor sees his doom.
There we go.
I like that one. I actually like that one.
Yeah. Alrighty, so that's
So,
take care of the weather situation. So no humidity, no precipitation to speak of.
I'll tell the.
Roll a d20.
Oh, let's Scott. You've got a 14.
Yep.
14. Okay.
Sky Pirates.
Actually, a billowing cloud of purplish form is moving in opposition to the wind above you, about 1,500 feet above you.
We were just talking about this purple sky in the morning.
And this is it.
There it is.
There it actually is purple floating by.
Oh,
Cloud of the squid.
The
The jellyfish. The purple jellyfish.
Purple. I heard purple.
Yeah, no.
purple. Okay.
Purple. Ooh. I asked the quartermaster, do we have like any long nets or anything?
Well, we have full gearing to capture them, but we don't have the crew complement to handle bringing them in.
Is there any way to just bring in some?
Not in this vessel.
Darn.
Unless there's something called magic,
What is it?
like a mage
What is a
hand
purple?
that could-
Yeah.
Oh, he doesn't even know the life cycle.
Do you seriously not know the squirt and the purple?
No, he has never heard of it.
No.
I'm a little surprised.
It's really bad. You shouldn't touch it.
No. Depending on who you give it to, it's amazing. Depending on who takes it, it's deadly.
Oh, it's one of these things.
It's a narcotic.
Oh, great. Okay, so that thing makes some sort of drug.
Heavy hallucinogenic.
So for clarification, the crew will describe it for you since these guys are being a little enigmatic. The life cycle of what you think of as burple. Burple is a fluid that is extricated from the jellyfish form of this little critter.
Ew.
Individually, the little tiny purple look like Portuguese men of war floating in the air.
Okay.
Okay, and the little bulb, when you squeeze it, just like you squeeze a grape, you get this juice. But the juice has a mildly narcotic effect. So they mix it, they save it as a liquid, and they mix it together, and they ferment it. And when they ferment it, it becomes a wine. Burple wine is the base form of the liquid. Later, and this is not in this iteration, so it hasn't been pushed to this point yet. But if you actually then let that burple dry out, it becomes a jelly-like film that can be cut into strips, which is a more highly concentrated form of it, which later became known as indigo. The indigo form of it is more steeply narcotic.
But does it show you the truth?
It doesn't.
Or does it take the truth from you?
The issue is that people who take it, it's a mind-altering substance, so it kind of has an effect like peyote. So therefore, yes, people see
Things.
Some of them have formative visions, some have terrors, and so on. That creature then, as it evolves larger, it will. I mean, as the jellyfish form reaches its maturity, it then sprinkles like seeds on the ground. And the seeds on the ground then, over time, give birth to a plant that has a flower that looks very much like Edelweiss. It's a little green plant with these little white flowers on it. Flowers pollinate like any other flower, and when they do, they fundamentally give birth to a egg-like form that grows up among them. These egg-like forms grow a fur on the outside of them, and these little furry eggs eventually break open, and a bird-like plant comes out, and they actually waddle around. They have no brains. They have no intellect whatsoever. Matter of fact, their head isn't actually a head at all. It's just a formative portion of the plant. So it looks like a head that flops around kind of like those airbag buddies do when you've got the air pumps that push the... So the goofy little heads flop around. But the meat of these little bird-like creatures, they actually do have a muscle structure in them. And if eaten by humans, causes the humans to be extremely suggestible. For this reason, the squird, this bird-like form, is outlawed by the entire nation of Coram because their entire nobility was wiped out in a coup by being fed this in a big festival.
Okay.
So,
Oh.
Just a quick question, actually. Is the lineage of Burple and Squird, the genealogy, is this closer to plant or closer to fungal?
no, it's a plant.
It's a plant, okay.
It's fine. Yeah, the coloration has to do with the sky color.
Yeah.
So,
Okay, so this isn't actually a prism thing as well, or...
you mean it's not prism? There's is it associated with the prisms?
Yeah.
That's a whole different story.
So for a little extra context, a certain cleric of very minor, just a small footnote of history, when they were exposed to Burple, saw their goddess beckoning for them every time.
So anyways, it was like some people's religious experience with drugs.
Evangelical.
Okay. So Xavier seeing these things will probably...
Can I cast Mage Hand and grab one, possibly?
You'd have to float a lot higher. What's the range of light? It's not line of
30.
sight. It's 30 feet.
Yeah,
you have to get
well,
really
I wasn't
close.
sure how far it was.
Oh yeah,
That's why I asked.
it's over 1,000 feet in the air. Above you.
Oh, okay, then yeah,
Okay.
I have no
Yeah.
means to actually grab one of these things.
Yeah.
I'm
None of
like
my spells are able to do that.
wanting...
No, but you could do the
Airwalk?
the illusion to show them what one looked like. If you can do the.
I've seen. Well, I have a small sampling of the jelly in the galley.
Yeah,
So
if you want a feeling of the experience,
sorry.
they do have some purple jelly, purple jam.
That is the strip.
No.
No, that's the...
This is the before it's dried, correct?
Right. This is
So the
it's
wine.
unfermented. No, it's unfermented, so it doesn't even have the effect. It's like a tingle in your mouth.
Well, it's not as bad.
It's not as bad. Mm-hmm. He tried to when he first made the jelly, he boiled it, and there was a little bit of a
It made
gas,
it gaseous.
and the gas.
Took out half.
Took out almost the entire crew. I think only Glim and one other person was not knocked out.
That'd be me.
That was you?
Yeah,
Okay.
Okay.
that's why
I
he's
couldn't
been
remember.
against you using it since then. It's like,
I have never fallen prey to the drugs of Nycos. Never planned to.
Yes, pray. That's what it is.
So he will actually, like, take you up on the offer of trying this yelling just for the... Because he's a little curious, but...
Should I put it on toast?
banana bread.
If you're willing to, all for the pursuit of science.
Go ahead and make a con save.
Oh God.
It's only a 12.
He's got a 15.
Yeah.
Yeah, it doesn't affect you. Just kind of tingles in your lips.
Not much. Okay. I was expecting a little more, but maybe next time it will.
Then it kicks in hard or something.
Maybe next time.
Maybe next. Well, perhaps I could dry it out or something. But we'll leave this off to the side
Yeah.
in the pantry for now.
He knows it's there, so he may ask you to do something with it later.
Yes. One day our ship will be under siege and I'll have to boil it. That's gonna be a fun day. Alright, so yeah, that's what we do.
Yeah. What's your current level?
-7.
So, okay. One more day before you're heading back into to decide how you're going to deal with this town. Make a intelligence check.
Intelligence check. No proficiency?
Yeah, it's
Oh.
an intelligence check.
Okay, just making sure. 19.
Yeah, you realize that there's a brooding silence from the Dragonborn that Valere has not returned above decks since yesterday when he had that altercation with you. You feel a bit of guilty conscience over what happened yesterday, and you kind of feel like you need to talk to him again before you make your return back to town.
I'm bringing some food and goodwill.
Okay. So
Platter.
now in reverse, there's a nice little knock at the door of your apartment.
What is it?
Need something to eat?
Nope.
Haven't eaten in a while.
Nay hungry.
Gotta keep up your strength.
For what?
Don't want you passing out in the street. People are likely to think that there might be an issue.
Oh, I don't think I'll be doing that. You put drugs in this one?
Nope, only the good stuffs. Healthy meats and berries. Take a almost raisined grape and just toss it to the side without noticing. Well, it's here for you if you want it. I set it on his
Thanking you.
table.
He's just sitting at the desk looking in books. Hidden between the pages is a dragon coloring book.
It's like the textbook in school has got a comic book hidden inside. Kit, how's Snowy been this whole time?
Haven't seen her much.
Uh-oh. I asked Burgle Cat or someone first.
Sure. Says she's sulking in the back.
Why is she sulking?
Oh. Vuller kind of snapped out a little bit today because she was trying to talk to him, and he's kind of still being his reclusive self, and she just didn't like the feeling, so she went back to her recorder.
I'm gonna go find her.
Okay. So you've got a recorder.
Hello.
Hello.
Haven't seen you around lately.
Yeah.
What's up? What's wrong?
Well, we're up here in the mountains, and Valar says there's like dragon hunters and stuff. So I can't fly.
He's just looking out for your safety.
Yeah, he took the color book from me though. Said it made him feel better.
He's trying to cheer himself up.
Why is he sad?
Valera and I didn't see eye to eye on something, and sometimes when adults are mad, they don't know how to express themselves with words.
Okay, so why don't you express yourself in words better?
It's not always easy to choose the right words.
You gotta try some of them.
If only it were easy.
I like talking. Talking usually helps a lot.
Well, that's good.
So you should use some more words. Like splendiferous, when I found it in the book.
Splendiferous. What book did you find that one in?
Yes.
The book about the
Did you get that
goddess?
from the? Did you get the
Time Goddess?
Oh, the Time Goddess.
Yeah.
I thought you would have gotten it from the Pongit.
Oh, no, because all he wants to talk about is bananas and then screeching and primal.
Okay.
I almost imagined him just tucking his head around the corner. Who said primal?
So,
Dang it.
I would have been... Actually, I'm going to make a stealth check to not be noticed by Glenn at this point.
Sure.
That one.
Oh, yeah, you kind of stumbled in the room.
Oh, my foot! In Draconic.
Don't look. He's trying to hide. Let's not belittle him. Don't look. So, he talks to you about bananas and
Yeah, but we weren't talking about that. You're diverting. It's a word I learned from Valer. Deflecting, actually. It's the right
Yes.
word. Deflecting.
Distracting?
Deflecting. I'm not talking about the subject I want to talk about.
Forgive me, Snowy. But
Oh, where'd you come from?
you know where I come from. You've always done my toe. But anyway.
Really? I thought he came from a monkey and a happy person.
He's not wrong, I think. When
There's a joke that should not be said.
No, that's why I didn't. That's a strength of the edge.
Glenn, may I just ask one question?
You can ask as many as you want.
How often does this, and he kind of motions to you and then,
Towards the front of the ship.
yeah, happen?
The long silence or the me and him not seeing eye to eye? Not because of height.
But both. It seems I've only known you for a couple days, and this seems to happen an uncomfortable amount of time.
It happens when it happens.
And when it does happen, you guys just avoid each other and wait till it happens again.
It seems like it.
Well, let me ask. Is it because you feel you can't talk to him? Or what is it about you two that causes this?
Typically what causes it is a misunderstanding and when two people are in close proximity to each other for a long period of time, there's going to be more than one misunderstanding every now and then. The best course of action is to talk it out and to reach an accord, or to try and at least compromise and meet halfway.
Well, how long does it take you guys to get to the halfway point in the past?
Usually until a crisis approaches.
So what you're saying is someone needs to cause a crisis so that the mayor can turn on you and do something about it.
In some select words, it seems.
Night! And he'll be like, but seriously, I mean, there's gotta be a way you can I don't want to say get through to him because but you know what, or maybe you don't know what I'm trying to say.
My fine Ponget friend, I trust him wholeheartedly. If he does not see that I trust him, there is nothing I can do to make him see other than in the moment of heated battle where he is seeing what I am doing. I cannot force you to see something from a different perspective that you are unwilling to see, and I cannot force him to see something from another angle that he is too busy focusing on what's right in front of him. I can only try and see from his angle, his perspective, but I can't force him to see from mine.
Well said. And what do you think of these incidents, Miss Dragon Snowy Bird?
Oh, I thought you were talking to me.
Oh, Snowden? Snow, this is... I don't like it, but, you know... I'm being protected. I know this. I'm being coddled, but I'm also being taught. And I can't be the fair arbiter that I'm supposed to be if I choose sides.
So, like Glenn, you just have to deal with this because there
No, I don't even get a chance to deal with it because I'm usually left on the sidelines when these things happen because I'm not trusted to be in the middle of the fray because I'm a dragon!
That's not true.
Oh. Hey, Valer.
Oh, I'm not here. That was just me talking in my own mind.
Well, I mean, you are a dragon.
Yes.
I personally think that would be a advantage, not a detriment.
But if I showed up back there, don't you think that they'd be shooting at me?
Fair point, which is what I was trying to explain to Valere earlier, yesterday, before he stormed up. Wait a minute, he was talking about you summoning one of your mystical illusionary dragons. Okay, my misunderstanding.
For more context, in the past, in the middle of a fight, I tried to illusion a dragon to intimidate some. Sorry, something caught in my throat. To illusion and intimidate some dragon hunters in the past. Out of my own control, the dragon came to life and flew away and continued existing to possibly this day. I did not want to inadvertently make another.
So you're saying your illusions can become not illusion?
I don't.
Dragons, what a terrible.
I lack the understanding of my own ability. And I fear that it will become too strong one day for me to rein in.
Well, maybe you need to go deeper into your books, sir.
Wait, there's another chapter?
Possibly, but
More than just the cover page?
Yes, exactly.
The acceptance letter from this university. That's the only thing he's gotten passed. I got accepted!
Guys, did you know there's more pages?
So I'm trying to figure out how I can engage him to diffuse this little bubble of uncomfortableness, but if I cause something and he figures out I caused it, he might harm me. But we can't just wait around for something to arbitrarily come at us. I have no idea what to do.
And that is why I, Glim, have chosen to do nothing. For causing a panic is not truly a real panic, but a disturbance that could lead to more bloodshed, and more heartache, and more pain.
Well, it appears that I am ignorant of the overall situation.
Well, you've only heard from half, so you might want to...
Yeah, I'm gonna...
You say, I'll be back in a minute, because you need to figure out the rest of the story.
I will...
Does Snowy have the ability to do any magics besides illusionary altering? I'm gonna see if she'd like to learn any of my...
Quite a few things.
I'm familiar with a few, I just don't know all of them. I was just gonna say if she wanted to learn any cantrips or anything.
She might be interested in trading.
You show her an illusion. Oh, you mean just this? Summons the real thing.
Exactly. Well, I was gonna say mage hand, prestidigitation.
Oh, prestidigitation she'd want to learn just to
do a little extra.
So, yeah,
No, just that way she'd pull tricks on him. Sparkles and stuff like that. Sorry.
I'm gonna...
This is not for you, so I'm playing tricks on your parental figures.
Oh.
I'm gonna...
I promise I'll never use him for that.
Oh!
She is terrible at lying.
Yes, that's true. She would be pretty good at lying.
As I walk away, I just kind of chuckle when I go to try and attempt to find Valere. Well,
You know where he is.
Yeah.
You know where he stays.
oh, get me knock on your door.
Eh?
Valere, can we talk?
Sure, monkey man.
I'll walk in. I'll kind of like look over your shoulder, assuming
He's still looking at the color book?
Yeah.
He's looking at a square piece of paper with grids on it that may or may not have dots.
What are you trying to figure out?
Seeing if there is anything nearby worth killing.
Oh, the Hagrid.
Yeah. There's none within 100 yards, within what, but
The
1
map
mile?
space.
1 mile, 2 miles, whatever the range is. Nothing there.
So there.
It's been a while, actually.
Okay, forgive me, but there is an kind of, I guess, medium-sized elephant in the room, or on the ship in this case.
What's an elephant?
Pachyderm man?
Oh, there was.
What is the what's the sector?
I don't.
Pac-Man.
Pac-Man?
As far as I'm concerned, there is no problem. It's quid pro quo, business as usual.
So have you thought why this is business as usual?
Oh, aye. Quite frequently. And I could try to ask, and I get no good answer.
So what I've heard, sorry, I'm just trying to, I'm gonna be completely honest with you. Silence, this type of silence, makes me a little uncomfortable, especially when it's between my, friends. Although, and this is not meant to be an insult or anything of the sort, judging by the current situations, are you guys truly friends?
I don't know. I've done everything in my power to prove myself one to him, but I have not felt that in no return.
So I've heard his side. He believes that he cannot, and these are his words, I will make air quotes, he cannot make you see things from his point of view, and he, despite his trying, he cannot, I think he said he cannot see, make you see his side. So I'm trying to figure out, now that I've heard his point, what is your point of view on this situation? What does Glenn need to do?
Not be a coward. That'd be a good start. For example, like when he fell down in some magical woods owned by a dragon and was being eaten upon by living vines and spidery things that he was terrified of, paralyzed in fear, I ran back through the thorns and picked him up and carried him the rest of the way. And then he did one of the few acts of greatness that he's done, and he helped me save the rest of the party from the dragon. But many other times, when I've asked him for help, when I've tried to trust him, he doesn't. I've done everything in my power to prove that I'm trustworthy to him, and that he can put his trust in me, and he hasn't done the same courtesy.
Yes, I understand that based on your guys' conversation, but what I'm trying to ask, I guess, is there anything I can do through my limited powers to make you guys, because he says the only way he can, what is the word? You earn your trust is in the heat of battle. So my idea was to cause a situation, but I didn't want to wreck the ship and then have you murder me.
I don't think you have that to worry about, but I do not think that's a good idea. I don't trick easily. But the point is that there has to come to a time that when he gets our ours thrown in the fire, and I'm not saying that I didn't do that all the time, but whenever I get our ours in the fire, I'll go through hell and back to get it out again. If he gets our ass in the fire, he might be unafraid to get a few burned fingertips pulling us out again. That's all I'm saying.
Okay, I see your point, but
all you need to do, there's not much you can do because there's history built up here and there's trust broken and it takes a while to heal. all you can do is that when we get in the situations, realize that we're your friends, we're your family, and we're worth dying for each other. I'd die for any one of you at the drop of a hat. And it's hard to fight back to back with someone who you cannot feel that way with, if you get my meaning. So all you can do is be worthy of trust when it's thrust upon you.
Fair enough. Also, and this is just an observation based on our last encounter, do you suffer from, I believe the term is claustrophobia?
Oh no.
You seemed really uncomfortable back there.
Oh aye. Because I didn't have a weapon, and he was sitting on a throne made of dragon bones, and he was talking to him about how I was a gift and he was a friend of my arch nemesis.
There. My point is, maybe the point I'm trying to make here is, you are not used to being trapped. I get that, and I get that you don't like being trapped.
Sure.
But have you considered trying to learn the ways of, and he'll put up his hands, fisticuffs?
I'm well versed.
Well then, consider that sometimes you may not need a physical blade or staff or any sort of physical weapon in your hand to feel mildly dangerous.
Oh, I feel plenty dangerous all the time. But there comes a certain point that when bad people do bad things, there's nothing I can do but pick up a sword and lop off their head. It's in who I am. But I think you guys should go and do your observations and find out what you wanted to find out.
Excuse me.
Snowy's at the door.
Excuse me. I didn't mean to overhear, but can we talk?
Sure.
You should really talk to... I'll leave you two alone, and he'll kind of casually walk out and give a curt nod to Snowden as he leaves. And he's going to prepare for,
Trip back to town?
yeah.
Okay. You don't trust Glenn?
No. At least not as far as I can throw him, which is quite a ways.
So, you expect him to trust you?
Oh, aye.
And you trust me?
Oh, aye.
Only as far as you can throw me,
No,
which isn't nearly as far.
I trust you implicitly.
No, you don't.
Oh, I do.
And I don't want you to ask me not to go places anymore.
Okay.
So, I'm going to ask you something else. Trust Glenn.
I'll do as I always do. Try
No,
my best.
no.
Okay.
You need to trust Glenn.
I
If-
know I do.
Then why don't you?
Because every time I do, I get shot in the arse.
No, you don't.
Okay.
Glenn told me what happened. And Xavier did too. And their stories were not dissimilar, but they were different from what you told me.
What did I tell you?
Nothing.
That is the difference.
So, tell me what really happened.
There's not much to tell. Went into town. People were obviously in awe of my beauty. And one chose to confront me, because obviously he felt
Did they have to?
Sure. And I was conversing with him. He tried to hit me a few times. I just dodged. I didn't... He hit me in the face, but I didn't retaliate.
Did he try hitting you before or after you stopped trusting Glenn?
Before. I, at this point, fully trusted Glim.
Really? Because his story says that he put a globe over you,
Oh, and I loved it.
and then he put the symbol of a dragon over it, and you got mad.
No. Wasn't he mad then?
You weren't?
Mad at the guy? I thought it was a funny joke. But he didn't think so. What I got mad was later
Okay, so
when we
so
were,
I'm just for my sake, I'm trying to clarify because I got the impression you were mad at Glim from what Glim said right then.
no, not at all.
So the draconian thing was haha funny to you.
Same way that I call him a
And then all the bullets flew,
aye,
and then wasn't funny anymore.
aye. That about does it. But then when we were in there, he was free, no bother.
Oh, are you okay?
All my stuff was taken. I was thrown in a cage, and the man he was talking to sat in a throne made of hard bones,
That's what I heard. I heard that he's not a good guy.
and was a friend of Quantivus and all that. And
But what I'm getting at is at that
Started
point, based on what I get at that point though, is that you had already stopped trusting Glim, and
had
so
they
you
stopped,
didn't.
I'm getting
so-
to the part. Let me tell the story, please.
Okay, sure.
Then, when they started going through this stuff,
Mhm.
they then say that they will probably kill us unless we give them 3 random pieces of our
Did
stuff.
they say that? I don't think they said that. 'Cause Glim
He
said they
already
did say-
said that I was a trophy given to him, or by him.
But they didn't say anything about killing anybody.
That's fine. You're still interrupting the story, sweetie.
Okay.
Then, when I did get out, went after my stuff.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, I'm
Just before I did,
Yeah.
I pleaded with Glib multiple times to help.
trying to
Cast
figure
something.
out,
I went forward,
okay,
got my
you
sword,
put the
couldn't
sneak-
get my
you
shield
put an
because they were
X
all
on the
around
sneak
me,
attack because it goes up
and then he did
more.
Nathan.
Well, so sneak attack
Okay.
is.
And then I went
so
and
when you make an attack with your short
tried
sword,
to get
then
us out of there.
Or short bow, and you successfully.
And he
hit.
did nothing.
You add
Okay.
a sneak attack bonus. to
Let me
the
go
weapon
into
you're using.
combat
So
all
if
alone
you
with
don't
no
sneak
backup,
attack
no
as
even
an
a
attack,
try.
you sneak
And his
attack
excuse
is
is it
added
could
to
have
your
gotten worse if he had
You
tried,
get,
which
as,
is
just
kind of
base roll,
bullshit.
You get
Mm.
your sneak attack bonus whenever you make an attack roll with advantage, or
Yeah.
you have an ally.
Guys,
in
please.
front of you. Sorry.
With respect for everybody else's role play, don't do that. The only point I make is that you guys have been traveling together for a long time, and every single time we have these little fights, and it scares me.
Let me ask you something.
Mhm.
Would I have asked Glim for his help if I didn't trust him? Do I ask?
Okay, just. I'm going to stop for meta for here just a half a second.
Sure.
All the time you ask, you say I should that you try to give them opportunities to take the ball and roll with it.
Mm-hmm.
In this case, he had the ball, he was rolling with it, and you upstaged him into the fight scene because you could. Because I gave you magic and let you do your Misty Step. So you upstaged him. So in a meta situation, you overstaged somebody else's scene.
In a meta situation,
That's all
you
I.
were escalating the situation with my stuff in peril.
Yes, but you trust me.
Yeah.
But you don't trust me because if you trusted me, you wouldn't worry about your stuff when somebody else is in the mix. To me, this issue was.
Do we want to have this talk on stream?
I kind of think we need to.
Okay.
Just because we're trying to deal with one thing that happens in roleplay, and it's happened a couple times in this stream, and I'm trying to make sure it doesn't happen anymore.
Sure.
Let somebody else have the scene. That's all I'm saying.
Absolutely, they can have the scene.
So, yeah, you're in a cage.
Just
Yeah, your
Don't
stuff.
put my toes in the fire and expect me to do nothing. Otherwise, make it impossible for me to do something. There's,
go behind in the room.
it's a game.
If I
can't do something, then don't give me the possibility of doing something. Don't threaten me when
it's a roleplay game, so there's always going to be an opportunity for you to do something. You know that.
Okay, but
So I'm
sorry.
asking you. All I'm saying in the meta is when somebody else is on the burner, let me burn them. and you weren't letting me burn him. You were afraid he was going to get toasted and he was going to react and give away his ship. But that's because you don't trust me.
No, it's not. I think you asked way too much without verification.
Okay.
Someone who tries to burn my airwalks from walking on some gray goo, it's hard to trust with that. Because there's a disconnect between the value of objects and their usefulness, their durability between us. And that's fine. But if he was going to do something, he should have done something.
He'd only been on this. I bet if we look at the stream, we're talking 3 or 4 minutes of him. Just. Okay, I'll get back into it. I understand your situation. I'm sorry you and Glenn can't seem to work this out. I'm just asking that you look into it and the possibility of maybe working together on decisions before you make them. Both of you, maybe. And then in the point of saying, Jonathan, we need to stop because we need to talk about this in the meta because I need to know what this
Who's
is.
Jonathan?
TJ.
When I do that, nothing comes of it. When I do try to throw them the ball,
No, I'm not talking about.
Everything
I'm not
feels-
talking about you making the decision. I'm saying you
That's
stopping the action. Tell me, Jonathan, we need to stop the action.
so
that we
watch
can-
some of the other episodes and you'll see me do that. We have a very short memory on this stream, apparently.
Okay. Anyway, let's see, we still have. We're not done yet, guys. Until they come and throw us out. So.
Oh no, I was just putting away. Oh, I accidentally put my character sheet in there.
Okay.
If they want to do it, they're welcome to do it. I was planning on just staying in the show. It's
Okay.
their ball to play with.
Okay. Alrighty. So, Xavier, you wanting to go to town then?
Yeah, I'm gonna go into town and. Okay, before I leave though, I will ask both of you guys, are we looking for anything in, like, is there anything specific I need to try and ask about?
Nope.
Perhaps if there are any informations on Fellstones in general around here.
It'd be good to not let people know that if you do.
Not let them know that we have it, but maybe just ask around for it.
That would let them know we have it.
Daryl, I mean,
People aren't stupid.
And he's not talking about asking, saying, you
No.
can gather information from sage sources, written documents, things like that.
oh, okay.
That's what he's referring.
Yeah.
That's what he's recommending, not to verbally ask anybody,
Right.
Okay, but I.
because that would tip you.
Yeah. So look for.
Especially people that have an in with Chronicles.
So, well, to the point of Quantimus Blair, I could have sworn that I heard Louis say he was a former ally at that point.
Right, and then you said he was dead, so
But
therefore.
then he's sitting on a throne made of dragon bones, so he has a vested interest in his interests. Whether
Right.
they work together or not doesn't matter.
Just be circumspect about discussing the subject.
So,
And there's a lot of other sources, as I described, that
Yeah.
have nothing to do with that at all.
so I was more just asking if there was anything that the group wanted me to look for in the safe. So the spellstones would be the.
Would be a sort. Would
Yeah.
be something you'd want to look
Yeah.
into. Without talking to people.
Yeah.
As always, anything dragon related is of interest to me.
Okay.
I was just suggesting Fellstones because that is technically the reason why we are here. So,
Okay, I'm gonna go into town and just kind of look around. Like, can I do okay? Since I really don't want us to like let anyone know why I'm here. Is there?
Well, the walking
Yeah.
walking into town from outside is not. There's no criminal problem with that, and there's a lot of traders from all kinds of backgrounds. As a matter of fact, there are even some pilgrims, if you will, bearing the tongue eater banner that are basically evangelizing the area, trying to find sect gen that wish to join the movement.
I actually, are these sporadic people or are they in groups?
Well, they're gonna travel in pairs. There'll be two or three, actually 2 to 4 of them traveling together.
So what I'm going to do first is try and find, I guess, a library.
Okay, so the structures as they are set up as familial zones. Most of them are of dwarvish ownership, but there are a few that are not. What particular category of library are you looking for? Because each family would have its own histories, but if you're looking for more collected information, you probably need to be more specific about what you're looking for.
Okay. Collected information on the one what do they call him? Okay, time out.
Sure.
What do I want to call him Tongue Eater, but that's not what he's called now.
Oh, the coming one?
Yeah, cool. I'm looking for information on the coming one and anything like any old Vikings.
Okay, so again, if you're looking for again ancient histories, you could go for each of the families for their individual histories. When you refer to the coming one, that is a relatively recent involvement, so that's actually going to be on the streets more than it will be in the written documentation, because there are no written histories, as you recall. There are the Initiatus, Secundus, and Tertius as the only written documents in the libraries that are in the common areas. On the other hand, there's a Masons Guild, there's a Caravan Corps headquarters, things like that. There's even a Vanguard Center here.
Wouldn't Vanguard be more military or?
No, in this case, Vanguard are basically they provide caravan guidance systems and things like that. But it's very odd for them to be in the open, because usually Vanguard is considered to be an elite group. So the fact that they're out here and in the public seems that maybe the relationship with the Grim is not nearly as dire as it might be in other parts of the world.
Okay, so just so I know as a player again, Grim are the mountain and Grund are the hill.
Right.
And Grim are the ones that are particularly more.
Well, that's Zenith Splinter Shield from the other campaign.
Okay, so that's a reference point for me as a player.
Right, I knew to use the player with that.
Mm-hmm. So I'm gonna actually look at how many families would I like?
There are more than 30 families here, so there's a lot of choices for that. There are several common areas and taverns where you could gather information on where this stuff might be if you're looking for specifics as well.
Okay, I'm actually gonna ask about the Temple of the Bear.
Oh, okay. So once you start asking about that,
Sorry guys, just 30-minute warning.
okay. So when you start asking about the artifice of the bear, they are really kind of pleased. They say that this is an outreach for the Grim to reinvigorate their image with the surface dwelling population. That they have been misaligned and maligned. They've been maligned in the global culture, and they're trying to fix that here. So it's kind of like a centerpiece of the new Grim Order.
So would it be a military outpost or what is the?
Oh no, it's an informational center, because the Grim have established that the best way they can compare themselves for the world to understand them is that they are a bear that's been hibernating. That they were in their absence from the world. People have this misunderstanding of what dwarf culture is, and they're wanting to fix it. So they are like the bears coming out of hibernation here, this high point in the world, to reintroduce people to Grimm culture. And so, as a matter of fact, if you're looking for a library that covers that information, that would possibly be a great place to go.
I'll start there and just kind of see what I could find on the subject of
You're just going to go there to gather information. You don't want to tell anybody what it is you're looking for. Go ahead and roll a wisdom check.
Would you like to borrow mine?
I got it.
Okay.
Wisdom.
Base 18.
Oh, not bad.
Nice.
My wisdom is 18. I have no wisdom.
No modifier. Okay.
Yes.
Yeah, that roll is more than adequate. Yeah, it feels whitewashed.
Like there's something hidden underneath.
Like the story they're telling about how the dwarves have come to the awareness that they need to be involved with people again. It just feels saccharine. Like there's something way more deep than this.
Now,
There's a little more story than they're letting.
without letting anyone know what I'm trying to do, what would I need to do to? Could I do an insight check to kind of maybe glean up there on telling the whole truth and figure out where I'm supposed to go to get the rest of the story, or?
Well, no, just with that 18 that you rolled, it does tell you that this is not all of the story. If you wish to find additional information in this library, it will take insight. Yes. If you want to find other sources, you could make an additional intelligence check to find out what those sources would be without revealing what you're actually gathering.
Yeah, I'm gonna do the additional. I'm gonna be like, thank you, that was interesting. Then you go leave and do the additional
Intelligence check.
intelligence check. Oh crap. 9.
Okay, so you find that the pursuit of actual grim history is pretty much a dead subject. No one wants to talk to you about what the Grimm have done in the past. It's like, no, we want you to understand who we are now. That past is no longer important.
Okay, so I'm gonna take that and kind of fire around in the background, but maybe go to another area to maybe trying to find the Grimm's secret past in Grimm Central is not the best idea.
Right. Okay.
And then I'm gonna go to, once again, without, like, I did want to look into Fellstone, but once again, without telling me.
So you're going back in, but you're just looking for different information.
Yeah.
Gotcha.
So another.
Yeah, another roll.
2.
Ah, crap.
Okay. While you're looking, this rather ratty-looking dwarf comes up and stands at your elbow. Smells like you're looking for something you can't find.
Okay. Is anyone around?
Why?
Just
Why
one
that
dwarf.
voice?
I am just gonna turn to him, smile, and
Okay, when you look at him, he's got scars on his face, like he had pustules or sores that have broken open and then healed. And his upper lip has been pushed. It looks like it's been mangled a bit, so that his upper teeth stick out between his whiskers a bit, and gives him kind of a rat-like appearance, even though he's clearly a grunt. His clothing's rather shabby. He doesn't dress nearly as adequately as the others around him do, and he's quite obvious. Bit skittish because literally he looks like the kind of person that would get chased out of a nice library.
wait, you said he's grunt,
He is grunt.
not grim.
Absolutely.
I will lean in close to him and be like, did the Grim do this to you?
No, this is natural.
I fear. Gonna read it close again. I seriously doubt that no one can actually look like that.
Ouch!
You're so flattering. You must know how to make friends. You probably need to read Carnegie's book, but that's another story altogether. What you're looking for, you're not going to find up here.
This thing is.
Okay then, little strange one. Where can I find what I'm looking?
You'll want to find it in the rat's nest. We keep lots of things.
I'll be like,
And he puts which is really kind of strange. He slides basically something about the size of a business card onto the book that you're looking at. And it says TBMENT.
okay, I know this means something.
The image of behind the TBM are the outlines of the ears and the tails of rodents.
Okay. So,
He goes, my friends and I have what you're looking for. If you have what we need, I hope you can help us. You have a fine afternoon. Yes, I'm going. As one of the library persons starts running towards you.
okay, I will tuck the business card away, and since I couldn't find anything on Fellstones, I'm gonna look for.
Oh, I didn't finish.
Okay.
That guy interrupted you. With the 2 that you rolled, you find that the only thing that it says is that there is a bounty. There was a bounty offered some time ago that has never been fulfilled, posted by Q Brace some time ago for a Fellstone.
I'll kind of. I assume I would have, as a sage, have like scraps of paper or.
You would. Well, you also,
Yeah.
as a scholar, would remember the Q Brace is Quantivus Brace.
Okay.
And so he was looking for a Fellstone,
Then he found one.
but he never fulfilled.
Interesting.
He never listed that he fulfilled it. The fact that you got one doesn't have anything to do with that.
Okay.
And
Because we
interesting
got it from the
bit.
dwarf. not
Right,
the
you got it
himself.
from you got it from Carl.
But he
And
got it from Quantivus.
But he
because
got it
said
from
didn't work.
Right.
So it may be broken.
And then I'm gonna look for anything to do with dragons.
Okay. Yeah, you find that the Artifice of the Bear was actually built as a bulwark against what was at the time thought to be a dragon invasion.
At the time, can I find out what it actually?
Sometime before 127
So
AN AR.
before
AM.
would that be
AR.
would that be before the never?
Before the Revening, yes.
Yeah. Sorry, I'm gonna keep calling it the never for
Yeah,
a while.
I know.
And then I will, let's see, Fellstone's Dragon War. You know what? I'm gonna look just for giggles for any cooking recipes.
Nice. Yes, you'll find books upon books upon on strudel and schnitzel.
This is a library. I'm gonna copy like a few of one or two recipes down for.
As you start to scroll onto a piece of paper, a very very affluent looking dwarf Grim will come up to you and say, if you wish, we do have copy services for only a copper a page.
Ooh. For a cookbook, that's not bad.
I will pay like 4 copper to get
Get four
yeah.
recipes, sure.
And then the last thing I'm gonna do, I'm gonna leave and actually track down one of the groups of me 10-meter guys.
Sure.
Because that's actually what I came for
Right.
since I found.
So have you heard the story of our Savior? He who will give us what we have deserved all of our lives?
That just sounds so wrong.
Wow.
Give us what we deserve.
What is the current story?
What do you mean? You've not heard how he will come in the clouds? That the Eldrin will finish their mission and give us our perfect form?
Wait, so the one who is coming is not,
Oh, he is known as Tongue Eater.
but you just said he was Eldrin.
No, I said the Eldrin bring us what we are supposed to get, which is our perfect form, manifested in Tongue Eater.
I'm gonna listen, and I'm actually looking for any sightings of the manifestation of 10-meter, but after I listen.
Oh, you'll definitely want to spend some time in the libraries of Eldrasar.
How far is Eldrasar from you?
Oh, a long way.
Eldrasar's right here on the map.
It's months away.
So that's a story for another time.
Sure. The only other representation of him was in the days just before the arrival. There were those who said that they saw him in the Valley of Neomoria.
I think okay, no more. Well, thank you. But I may come back if I need any further information.
Well, you won't find us here. We are but pilgrims. We are headed to the Basilica for the blessings.
Is that his church?
Well, it will be. We are reclaiming the Basilica of Dea.
I might.
There's no one there that can protect you.
I might. How close do you think it will be until this holy site is reclaimed?
Only the heavens know.
I will nod and return to the ship, as I did find some of the stuff I was looking for, not much.
All right. And we'll have to end the session because we're out of time. Thank you guys for watching. We'll see you all next time. And make sure you can join us if possible on Sunday as well and Wednesday.